I forgot my coffee. Sorry about that. Can't start a deal. Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? So, okay, I got a computer going on here. Hold on, let me stop this thing. Oh man, everything's falling apart here. My dog is going crazy. I don't know why he's going crazy. Okay, all good, Chicha. So good morning, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom and Ruth from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Where's Tommy? I had to go get my coffee. How are you? Jim Honor, good morning. William O'Leary, good morning. Ogre, good morning. How, Granddad Tom? Looks like you're running late. Yeah, 8:05 I put on there, a little early. What happened is I really ain't figured out, I cannot figure out how to do live stream. We've only done, gosh, you guys know how many of these? A bunch. We used to do 5 or 6 of these a week, and now it's down to whatever. I don't know. One. We hadn't done one in a long time. But Ruth's coming. She gotta get her car. I had it all situated, and then we had a visitor, so it kind of set us off. Good morning, Patricia. I got my coffee. 8:05. Yeah. Where's Tommy? I'm here. James D. Good morning from England. How you doing, James? Brother Christopher. How you doing? How you feeling? How you feeling? How's things with you? And hopefully you're well and everybody's doing well. We are doing well. Ruth and I are doing well. I got this. I still have this rash, and what it is it's called a nuisance rash. I don't know what it is. I call it that. It's a rash. Ruth has it too. We're not sure what caused it, what's causing it. I have ideas, but I really don't know. So it's like one of those things. This particular rash is really kind of taking us over. Sleep, you sleep good and everything. I thought maybe it was a blood sugar situation, or my foot's kind of swollen up a little bit. I thought maybe it's because of that, but I'm not really quite sure if she has it, what it is. And I know my deal here is exercise. I don't get enough exercise. I don't start off a good amount of exercise, and it causes the problem there. So Jim, how's everything? I'm still breathing. Yes, I'm glad you are, and I'm glad you're well. It's good to see you, Brother Christopher. And I understand you had a bout, or no? Was it someone else sick? A couple. Now we got somebody else at the gate. Oh man, nothing comes around. I have no idea what is that. Delivery. Omer, relax. Then I come over here to get on the computer. I fell because I have a wire strung across here. Fell in ours room, and I fell this morning going over the blessing house because there was a hose. It was, you know how it gets cold and it was in circles out there. Well, guess what? I wrapped my legs around it. What a day! Started out day. So I'm breathing and I'm doing well. I have. I want to talk about land. How much is land here in the Philippines? What's happened to it too? Land has increased considerably since this last year. This guy.
Your fish oil, Daddy.
Oh, my fish oil. Most important thing. I really love my fish oil. It actually is good for heart health. But land has gone up considerably. I'll let our Ruth talk about it. Omer? He's going nuts.
He's crazy.
I don't know what his deal is. Why? He's never. You want to be on a live stream? Anyway, this is Omer. If you guys not seen Omer before, he's a Chihuahua mix, but Applehead, and he is something else. Lots of energy, running around. He's about, I think he's 2 in May, and he is handful. and it's his mother's dog. I mean, mother's baby. And okay. Say hi to everybody, Ruth.
Good morning, everyone. Okay.
Still breathing.
Up here, Babas. Up here.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact,
sit down.
land.
Then.
I was going to tell you, we have about 300 square meter right here,
Omer.
and they want to sell. It's
Sit.
going for $60,000 US. Lot right up here is going a lot. They're charging more for lots now here locally. I don't know how they're doing Luzon. I'm only talking to Mindinao within my area here. Valencia is we have a lady that has lots up there, and they're going high. Lots are going high now. And the new trend is now everybody's trying to make money off the lots because it's an opportunity to make money. And as you know, more and more foreigners are coming in the country, and a lot of Filipino are buying lots because they see opportunity there, apartments, things like that. And it's not necessarily the area is growing that much. It's not like that we're getting that many new businesses or it's growing. Economy is really about the same as it was in COVID, same as it always has. It's not really changed that much. Has sales increased? Not really. I was talking to a friend of mine in town, owns a restaurant. It sells about the same as it was during COVID time. Not even really no more businesses are being opened than it was before. So, which is fine, but that's just the way it is. Inspiring contents. Good morning. Yeah, super cute. He's a handful. Carolina Hillbilly. Hello, son. Good to see you.
Son.
Big Kev. Good morning. How you doing, Big Kev? Good to see you, man. Say hi to the trucker. Someone at the gate to see if you want to help them with harvesting corn. 35 pesos per sack and breakfast thrown in. Come over to San Fernando. Yeah, I'm always ill these days, Brother Tom, but God has blessed me with another day of life. Yes, Christopher. Well, we're praying for you, and hopefully everything goes better and well for you. And I'm sorry you're having health problems. Yeah. Brother Christopher, how I know about it is I saw a post on another one that you had mentioned that you weren't feeling well, is how I knew. And I left a message on there, but it's hard sometimes to get all the messages from notifications. But I do want to talk about this land thing. There is opportunity to buy land still, and you can find cheaper lots. It's where they're subdividing them out, and you can find some cheaper lots. But the problem is you're getting into projects. You're getting into housing projects, and you don't want to be in a housing project here. They're doing a lot of projects around here. In fact, there's about 300 homes over here, close to me, right over here, and you don't want to be in the projects. It's just the same house. It's like 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. It's just open floor with a bathroom in it. About 300 square feet or less, 200, 20 by 20, some of the 10 by 10. But it's a house. It's clean. It's painted. It's block construction, but there's the same house. It's back like the old Sears craftsman houses. Remember those? Back in the day, we could order from Sears that they put across the United States at that time. Remember that? Carolina, good to see you, Carolina. How are things with you and the wife? And how are things? I did comment. I try to comment on your videos all the time. In fact, I try to get around to everybody. And sometimes I get in my own way. But as you know, what happened here, I want to tell you a story. We had to replace part of the flooring in our house because during the earthquakes, as you know, that 7.4, well, we had many, all right? And we're not really quite sure when it started, but we had a leak in our kitchen. And apparently it leaked not only in our kitchen, but it took part, at least 1/4 of my house, where the floor was rotting. And we couldn't figure out why. It was wet. And I said, why is it wet? From rain or what? It's got a leak? There's no leaks that we're seeing on the roof. Come to find out, we tore apart the floor and we found the culprit. It was the faucet leaking and caused the problem for us to replace the floor. Then we got into it, and as you know, you get into one thing. I said, well, replace that board too. So we went out and bought a few boards and had them replace the flooring. And because of the earthquakes, we had another one yesterday. It was not bad here, but R said that they had an earthquake at school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's made in Davao. One of my friends in Bigo is in Davao. They're strong there.
Yeah. So how you do?
I did it.
You did. You look very pretty today.
Say hi too.
Oh, hi. Hi there too. We have Chicha has TikTok going at the same time as live stream here. But good morning and welcome everybody to the live stream today, and hopefully everybody's having a good time. Mr. Tom Shipman's in town today. Yeah, those project houses are way too small. Yeah. Row house. That's right, James D. Yeah, exactly. And Milo, how you been? Good to see you, Milo. High five, Milo.
She's here, right?
Yeah. You still here? You still here, Sabu? Where I lived as a kid in Massachusetts, there was a couple of Sears houses less than a mile away. Oh, yeah. Onions were 600 peso a kilo here yesterday. We got onions for 150 peso a kilo. Wow. Are they still high here, honey?
Yeah.
Sugar is the new thing. They found millions of tons of sugar. Storage units filled. Buildings. I forget how millions of tons of sugar so they can raise the price of sugar. There's always some type of game plan, monopoly, trying to control some of the market here in the Philippines. Always a scam, always something going on. You just got to bear with it. You got to be like a cowboy, kind of bend with it, and hopefully everything's okay. People say sometimes I'm too critical and that my videos are negative, but I kind of just tell the truth, that's just the way things are. But it's a wonderful country. But anyway, the land, you can buy some good land. There are some lots. You can buy a lot now, about what I paid for it, but it's going to be a little bit smaller. I have two lots, 10 by 15 times 2. So I have 30 by 60. So, and the thing of it is they're good lots and high and dry, but you need to make sure that the lots that you're purchasing here are not in rice land, down in rice land. And you're right. Big Kev, good morning. Rick Morris, my good friend. Hello, Rick. Nice to see you, and hopefully you're doing well. Nice to see you.
I'm still in summer.
Till Monday. Oh, till Monday? Are you going back to the States? I switched some sugar to local honey. Hey, Carolina, I got to tell you a story. We bought, I've done the same. I tried to eliminate all sugar. In fact, I'm about 90% sugarless in the house. I did eat a candy bar 2 days ago. So I do want to say, I bought honey, local honey, and Ruth and I both did. We started eating local honey instead of the sugar. But guess what? What happened? I'll let Ruth explain it. What happened by buying that honey?
I don't know.
Rashes honey.
It's itchy. I know.
Tell them what happened though, really.
I did not.
But she didn't eat any honey.
So I think that's the reason we have some rashes.
What had happened?
Me and Tom is the one we're using that on our. What's that?
In our
Oatmeal,
coffees,
right?
oatmeal, anything that had to do with sugar, we would put that in instead. And come to find out, right after we started doing that, I started having these allergic reactions. And I have rash all over my body, and Ruth does too. Now this rash is such a nuisance. We have the same type, and it's the same situation. And we wondered if we were allergic to the honey where the bees were getting, their nectar. So we have not gone to the doctor. I've self-prescribed, but we still have it. We're going to have to go. We've had it now for 2 weeks solid, and it's a nuisance. In fact, you really can't see it, but I have it on my arm, and it'll come up in like sweat spots underneath your arms, underneath your knees, your thigh there, and you'll have it in places you don't want it. And the thing of it is right here in the armpit. I don't know if you can see, but I've got it here, and it takes over into here. But it's the solid rash that she has the same in the same spots. So I don't know if that's. I don't know. Yes, on the 16th flight back to U.S. and Cebu on the 13th. Oh.
Sure, they will go back to
You
US.
go back to U.S. Safe journey, Milo. And sorry we've not been on the channel. We apologize for that.
We're so busy
We've
this
just
week.
been busy. Yes, maybe you're lucky to
Still
follow.
so many missy here.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Allergic to the pollen. That's exactly what we thought.
Yeah.
But we stopped eating it, right? And
Yeah, because it's gone.
it's gone. How
we did not buy again.
we did not buy again. So Jim, I don't know. Maybe some of you guys could tell me. I did reach out to my doctor, but he did not reply. He usually gives me advice. Yes, don't eat the honey, But yes, maybe you're allergic to the honey. Yeah, and that's exactly to the pollen. And I think that's maybe what it is. But we're still fighting it, and we're still having a battle. 2 months ago with no problem so far. Yeah, we started 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago. Well, we stopped eating it 2 weeks ago. We did it about a month ago. And I said we're going to go buy some more because it was good honey. But then again, too, I don't know what these farmers put in the honey. As you know, a lot of the honey here, they put water in it and they water it down. A lot of the honey is what they call local. They call it local honey, and they water it down, or they put some other something in it to expand it so they can make more money. And so
But I think that one is no mix on it, but
well, they froze it, tried to freeze it to test it, and they put it in a freezer, not freezer, cooler. I'm saying cooler, refrigerator to see if the sugar would filter to the bottom.
yeah, because
So far,
if
but-
it's mixed with water or sugar, the
Sugar will show
sugar
at the
will
bottom.
be like hard, right?
Yeah, so at the bottom. But here, I got to tell you, as you know, honey, as you flip it up, the bubble, it takes a little while to get to the top. This takes a little faster than it should. And I bought it anyway because I need to get away from the sugar and, break myself of it. I started with honey. No worries. Yeah, sounds like heat rash. TL, that's what we thought. That's what we thought. A heat rash. It's called heat rash. Like where you would maybe have it on your thigh because you're sweating there and everything, or
No, but
down your back, but
over
it's
here,
not.
It's not. It's all over. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if also the wood.
Well, but we didn't do anything wood.
No, big boy and Ben has rash, same like us.
But the
When
thing
they
of it
cut
is, though, the wood was done after we caught it. I had this before the wood. She was saying that maybe we did the construction of the house, but I had it before, same thing, before they even started. In fact, I remember it. In fact, I'm drinking coffee now with just little or none.
Michael and Heidi.
Hello,
good
Michael and Heidi.
morning.
How you doing this morning? Welcome. Welcome at spur of the moment.
AJ,
Spur of the moment.
we're all good. Okay lang.
And I decided to kind of do a live. We're going to try to start doing a few more again because some of the guys want to request. They want to ask questions like on land or maybe something on a 7162 form. A couple of guys, well, no more than a couple, quite a few people did not. I was scared myself, to be honest with you. I turned my form in. They said they didn't get it. On February the 2nd, they said that my form was not received. I will not receive a Social Security check on the 3rd. And luckily on the 3rd, I did receive it because I had contacted numerous people. They send them out now in March. I contacted the embassy and talked to the counselor. And that's how I really got to the information on how many people are leaving and all that stuff on the video I did yesterday. But that's how I got in contact in December. And so we became friends. He told me that 220,000 Americans are foreigners, and 220,000 foreigners in the Philippines. The thing of it is 35,000 left in January and February for just not all went back to States, but a lot left the country for different places. Maybe it's due to insects. That's kind of, you're probably right. You're kind of right. You may be right. My honey comes from a bucket with honeycomb still in the bucket. Well, that's the best way to get it. That's the best way to get it. If you can get it that way, we can get it, but there's too many hands in the fire. You understand what that means, right? There's too many hands in the bucket when it comes off the tree. So it's better of us just kind of stick back to it, because as you know, one will say it's mine, and they don't even know it's not even their property. We had an incident. I got to tell you this. This is kind of funny. Yes, last week, this property here is not owned by. It's owned by a good friend of mine, a Filipino. Him and his wife. They're really close friends. In fact, I consider him one of my close friends with my attorney and the doctor here. And there was this guy up in a mango tree harvesting the product out of the tree. And I went over there and I said, did you get approval by the owners? I said, no. So I contacted the owners and said, did you give approval for somebody to harvest all your product out of the tree? I said, no. I didn't give no approval. Why? I said, well, somebody's harvesting your what? And your coconut. What? And so put him on the phone. So I go over and give the guy the phone. The guy goes, this is my tree. I own this tree. I said, well, here's the owner that actually owns the tree. Here's my phone. He wants to talk to you. So we got that resolved.
Is it out there?
Solve that problem. Heat rash, I read this one. Heat rash doesn't explain both you getting it. It's something in your indigestion, touching or breathing it in. There you go. I thought maybe detergent, clothing detergents, but we've been using the same detergent.
I don't know.
Downy?
I use our...
Downy, same.
Use any detergent, same.
I thought maybe it's something we're both ingesting, something we're eating. We thought maybe
Only
the rice.
No.
No?
I think only after that, eating on the honey.
Could be the honey, but why? How come we still have it?
I don't know.
I don't know either. We started building our house a few weeks ago. Rick, are you building it there in CDO, or are you building it over this way? Is this safe, Davo Don? Pencil thin. It sure is, my good friend. Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
The pencil thin mustache.
Yeah, I can see him doing like this. You know, it goes up like this, curls like this. Yeah. Good to see you, Davo. Rick, good morning. James D, good morning. So, you know, I think maybe that I need to do checkup, but I don't want to go to the doctor. Now, I do have a foot swollen a little bit. I don't know how bad it is, but...
you always eat one good candy.
Maranding? Maranding. Okay, good for you.
Started building
a house. Good for you, Rick. Good for you. Good. So when you get it done, let's see, what do we want when we come there to visit? Steak. No, I'm kidding. Okay. I did think of you the other day. And I thought of you as on the land. There were some people inquiring to me about land. I said, no, my friend wants to keep it. So that's the only land I know it's available. People are just asking, you know. My honey comes from Australia in a bleak biome box. Yeah. I miss the good old, you guys in the States. Brother Christopher, it's called sous bee honey. And it's just a manufactured honey. They ship it throughout the United States and other countries. And it's just a honey you can actually purchase. We always try to do the best we can. I did order this the other day. Tom Shipman is here, and he brought me steaks. I think he got them in Davao. They were good. They were good. S&R. They were good.
It's an S&R.
They were good. A good place. I enjoy it. Ruth and our said, can we have this every day? And you know, kids, Daddy, this is really nice. It is nice, but it's like anything else, I'm sure it was expensive. I hate to even know, and because Tom, I got to tell you, he's such a good guy. He always brings me something. He bought me a 2-pound, 3-pound can of coffee that I've had now for a couple of months, and he keeps me supplied with coffee. Good for him. My honey comes from San Fernando, but I can't put her in a box and send her to England. You can. She'll fit, I bet. Well, you think his wife would fit in a box? You would. Hey, darling.
Me.
Darling, would you go to U.S. in a box? Would you go in a box?
No.
No? Could I put you in a box?
No.
No. She's only 5'1", but really 4'10", 4'11". Now, let me ask you this, darling. What do you got plans today?
Continue to arrange this one.
Yeah, we had kind of got the house
so
destroyed.
Messy.
We have the house kind of destroyed. Well, when you replace one piece of the floor and you want to move stuff around, she ended up moving the whole house inside. There was a corner in the bedroom we had to have replaced. We replaced that. It's just it's life of owning things. We've been here now a while, and things just break and things just wear down. But I got to tell you, I've not, as far as me buying this expandable house, I do enjoy it, and if I had to do it over again, I would do it over. Except this time I would be better prepared for earthquakes. I would really have it tied down better than I did. LOL. I sure miss my Southern Duke's mayonnaise. Yeah, that is. It is a mayonnaise. Southern Duke's mayonnaise is a mayonnaise made locally there in, I think, Carolinas, right? Or somewhere right around Georgia somewhere. It's really a good mayonnaise. It's great for potato salads, anything, coleslaw. My mom used to use it for our deviled eggs. And if she couldn't find it in Winn-Dixie, she'd get really distraught. She'd drive another place to get it. So she loved it. And Kroger got it at one time where she was at, and she had to go get paid more for it. But you know how that is. You know how your mamas are. There will be a Seventh-day Adventist gathering here in another month or so. We're always welcome here if you want to come. Thank you, Rick. I did not. A gathering here in another month. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the invite. If I could ever get Ruth from Stop Working. How's your turkeys?
Turkeys is almost
I got T Scoot.
Yeah, they'll good too.
He bought turkeys from us. They've not picked them up. What, a month ago? Anyway, I wonder if that turkey lays the eggs. Do I still get to keep the eggs? And if they have 13 eggs, do I get to keep 13 chicks? Yeah, it's on my property until he comes get it. But he better hurry up and come get his bird. There's 13 chicks. Isn't that amazing though, right? But anyway, it's so he bought a pair, beautiful pair. He needs to come get them. I'll email him today. Where is here? Rick Morris. Howdy, BT. How you doing, BT? Yeah, Scoot bought turkeys from me, BT.
Yes.
And
James D. What's that?
James D says what? Do you still enjoy gardening? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Always. I will not stop.
You love your flower. She loves her flower. What's your favorite flower?
Orchids.
I knew it. If I was to give you a gift, what would it be?
Orchids.
If I was to give you extra money, what would you buy?
Orchids.
If I was to see a spot on the side of the road that had orchids for sale, would we have to stop?
Yes. Buy it.
There you go. So, if and when, I say if and when, we get to the United States of America, guess what we're going to be growing?
Orchids.
Orchids. Guess what we're going to be selling?
Orchids.
Guess what we're going to be stacking on top of our heads?
RV. Orchids.
Orchids. She has plans to sell a lot of orchids. They do sell though. Orchids sell, and they're in Florida. You guys, Jim, you guys know this. They sell a lot. There was this little Filipina.
Milo has so many orchids.
Yeah, Milo does. Yeah, Milo has tons of orchids. She has beautiful orchids. She is. You learned a lot from Milo. She has so many orchids. She's orchid lady. Mary Dean, make yourself some golden syrup.
I received on your YouTube how to make it. What's that?
Golden.
Make yourself some golden syrup. There's some recipe YouTube.
Oh, okay. We'll have to check that out.
No
No
money,
money, no honey.
We will find
Hi,
money.
bus stop.
Okay, if you want money, you sell orchid. Okay?
Yeah, orchids. Scoot got to get over it. He's slacking. That's what I told him. I'm gonna email him and tell him he's slacking. I bet he doesn't know B Joy. I think B Joy's family is gonna pick him up.
Yeah, I messaged BJ.
But I'll message Scoot. Tell him. Do I get to keep all the chicks? Too late.
Because I want to rid of all the turkeys because I'm tired. All my money is in the turkey. Buying feed. I'm tired of it.
So, Ginger, can I ask you a question? Do you want to get into turkey business?
No. No more.
Why?
It's good for 1 year. I'm tired.
Flour, turkeys, Daddy Tom.
Yeah.
What can I say?
And
Or Daddy Tom.
I cannot finish all my cleaning here.
Because of turkeys.
I will spend my time on my turkeys.
I tell you what, it's like any animals, anything you have, cows, turkeys, chicken, all.
And this little one here.
And this one right here, they get sick very easily. You guys tell me this. The guy over here, they're raising roosters. A couple hundred roosters here, roosters over here. Cockfighting rings all around us here, okay? Because we're in the province. I mean, we're actually close to the center of the cockfighting world here. The thing of it is if they inject those guys with super power, it filters onto the chickens and to the turkeys. I did not know that. Well, they lost all their chickens over here.
Ba? Some rooster.
I didn't know that.
Before they will, what's this for cockfighting? They
Yeah.
will inject something, or either they will immunize the chicken first.
Yeah.
Then, if your turkey or other chicken you did not immunize together with the day they immunize, your animals will get sick. Or chicken. Hong Island, good morning.
Hong Island, my good friend. What is Carolina say? I filed for my SSC online last month.
Let's see how. What's this?
What is SSC? Social Security?
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
Is it Social Security, Carolina? Or
Good morning, Nugal.
no, you're on Social Security. SSC. You talking about visa to U.S. for your baby?
No?
A lot of guys are
Come here.
filing, I guess.
Up here, come here.
You guys, there's a guy. There's many guys, but there's
Here's
a
your
guy
one.
online hacking law. They're going up on the rates for bringing. If you want to bring somebody to the States, the rates are changing in May or somewhere right in there. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. I don't know. But anyway, they're going to go up like 2 times the amount, 3 times the amount. Glad to see you back on live. Yeah, I feel good. We're going to start doing them more. We've been missing the boat. We just haven't done it. We need to do more. Yeah. Online
Starting
stuff.
this week.
Hit and miss, yes.
Starting this week, we will do regular live stream. Like this time.
Yeah, see, Brother Christopher says keep the chicks. In fact, they're still feeding them. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what we kind of feel like. I mean, I don't want to be rude, and it's not like I'm being rude, but they bought them and they egged, and so superpower. Yes, walkie-talkie time. See y'all soon. Okay. Oh, Social Security. Social Security. Yeah, you'll be fine. I filed mine here also. I filed mine at 61 and a half, and it was fine. No worries there. You'll get it. Social Security. You can go to the Philippines SDA Church in Orlando, Florida, which I don't believe actually in Orlando. There's also a church school nearby. Get to the 12th grade. You know what? I was looking for one there in Orlando too. I really kind of want to let our go to school there, just because Okay, I don't want to be negative all the time because this place can make you frustrated. One of the things that I didn't say negative, I said
Oh,
frustrated. One of the things that are suggested. So how's school? That's okay. What'd you do? Nothing. Oh, it was a day off yesterday at school.
relaxation.
Relaxed
A
day.
relaxed day.
When you guys go to school, they always have something. But yeah, in fact, we were looking at that and doing that. And if and when it does, we'll filter that way and do that, and hopefully things will be okay. I know what's going on in U.S. Guys always let me know all the time. You know how that is, Jim. They say, "Well, it's really bad here. I wouldn't come back." Well, I understand, but I got to think of my family more so than me. I'm doing it for them. I'm not doing it for me. I could stay here. I can do it for them. Now, I want food. I want better food. I'm doing it for them. I'm taking them to the States for them, not me. I'm going to get benefit out of it, of course, but I want them to have a future. So if I pass tomorrow, she can have an income coming in, and I don't have to worry about it. Because what would she do? Okay, house is paid for, land's paid for, property taxes are paid for. There's money in the bank. But how long will that last? Few months, few years. She could probably make it a while, depending on spending. But as you know, things always happen. Here's an example: somebody gets sick, appendix taken out. Somebody close to the family recently was sick. Somebody recently passed. Somebody was recently in an accident. So you have to really. Someone just recently had to go for a checkup. Well, they don't have money, and the Good Philly Health is only not. They get you in the hospital, but it don't pay the bill. Used to pay the whole bill. Now it don't pay anything. And so the guys are getting straught. Now the counselor did tell me this, that what's happening in the Philippines is, before it was crime that he had to deal with, crime and overstays, which is the major problem. Overstays, people not paying their visa. You can't understand that. And there was other issues, you had drugs and things like that Americans get involved in. He had to do it. Number one thing now since January 2023, 1 November and December, is insurance and fraud. Where hospitals will grab them and keep them until they paid the bill. And they accept them automatically, or say, okay, you have insurance? No, I'm self-insured. Okay, and then give them a bill. This is exorbitant amount of money. And then the U.S. government can negotiate that for you. And so say the bill is, $8,000, and they've increased a lot on their fees too. And so they have to pay that, and the guy only has 5,000 credit. And hopefully the bank accepts the credit, because that happens too. The bank don't accept the credit card anymore now sometimes. The guy was stuck in Cebu because of that. His bill was 8,000, and his credit card wouldn't work. The bank wouldn't accept it. So from the hospital. So he called them and they said, no, you've not used the card. We need to resubmit a new application. A lot of things like that. So anyway, long story short, he's stuck. So embassy had to get him out of there. Embassy said, we have to get you, we got to get you out of there. So they got him out, negotiated the price down to $6,000, and they got him out. Embassy paid the fees, but they took his passport. He cannot leave. He can leave the country if he chooses to. They'll put him on a plane, but his wife and daughter is here. Well, he can get his passport back once he pays it back. He says, well, I don't have an income, and I don't have any more money, and I'm just living on my Social Security. And they said, well, here's your choice. Well, you stay on paper. You be paper, and you won't have your passport until you save the money and pay this back. Then you get your passport back, and you can't file for visa to take her back to the States either. So what you have to do is pay this off, figure out how to pay it off. Get another loan, get another credit card. So he found himself, he says, what do I do? Asking me. I don't know I tell you what I would do, then you make your own decision. So basically I told him this. I said, reach out to your families. My family is broke. They don't have anything. We're all poor. So I said, what I'll do is he said, I told him, I said, best thing to do is find someone that you can borrow the money. He said, there's no one. I said, well, get on a payment plan, pay the government back then. Just get on a payment plan. So that's what he did. Now, the embassy also said that since that's the number one problem they're having is people getting stuck. Now, they say that Pacific Cross, and there's a couple of guys that are actually Blue Cross Blue Shield are helping them get their insurance back. But the problem is, or helping them get the insurance paid, but the problem is they're kind of gouging the people, and people are having a hard time with it. So I feel sorry for a lot of the guys. So please don't get hurt here. Hung, health is wealth. Yes, medical also there. All of you. Yes, exactly. We never hear how long it takes for embassy to help those stuck in hospitals. It takes a matter of a few hours or a few days. They try to get them out of there within 24 to 48 hours because they understand what's going on. This guy was stuck at St. Luke's in Cebu, and he couldn't get out. They wouldn't let him out. And he had property, but the property value of the house and lot he had was not enough to pay it, and they wouldn't accept it. So they assigned the property. They got a lien on the property. In other words, they signed over the property to them, and they can still live there, of course. But what do you do, right? But the government came in, and so he has no more passport. So they took his passport. He had no choice. Now he's out of the hospital, but he has no passport. He can go back to the States by himself, but he has no job, and he has to start all over again. He spent all his money building a house and land and just life here the last 5 years. So that's exactly what happened. So, and it's like I said, and Bud Brown said, you need 100 grand cash backup, or 50 grand. So if you have to go back to the States, you get $10,000, $20,000 start over again, or even $5,000. So say, for instance, you have $10,000 saved up. You need that to have your bucket list money to go back to the States to, start all over again, rent an apartment, or, because you got to buy a car or something, or live in a city and go take the bus or something like that. So it made it hard for this guy. And I told him, I said, well, I'm so sorry you're in that situation. But then again, too, I told you a long time ago, 5 years ago, to make sure he said, I have a credit card. It's $5,000. I said, well, I'm so sorry. I said, I'm sorry. You need a credit card of $15,000 to $20,000 now. C-section was $8,000 in Dumagetti the other day. Kevin, we never hear how long it takes you. Kevin, good morning.
Kevin, Jim,
looking well. Good morning, all. Going through the health system in the Philippines is a headache. I know all about it. Oh my gosh. Remember all that stuff Jimmy had to go through with her heart, darling? He knows it, doesn't he? You remember that?
Yeah.
My wife and I remember that. Yeah, you know it. You could actually write a book on that, Kevin. Maybe you should. Maybe you should write a little book on something that maybe help expats. Put it together. I know you're busy with your farm though, but it would be nice for expats. Put it online. Sell it. Put it on Amazon. The bill adds up longer days. Passport. I would like to find a way to pay the bill. Exactly. It's sad. Did the Jeep strike close schools here 5 days? It did. Jeep strike. They did not close. Well, the school's still open. Might as well be. Might as well be closed. They go part time anyway. He end up leaving. He's broke. He doesn't have any money to go back. He doesn't have any money. They'll fly him back and they'll put him up in a hotel. They'll give him like $500 and they'll put him in a hotel for a few days, a week. But he has to pay that back. So it's like they'll give him like, a grand or two to get situated. So, they're not, the embassy is there to help, and they do help. And they are quick. But there is a long line now. It's getting more and more and more and more. He said it's overwhelming since January and February. Well, 35,000 people going back to the United States of America. What does that tell you? What do you mean 35,000? 35,000 Americans went back from the Philippines because of health care. They will not give you insurance if you're over 65. They will not give you insurance at 68. They will not give you at 70. So you better be self-insured 100%. If you're 60 years old or 62 years old, and you don't have a backup plan of insurance, and Philly Health is not going to cover you, none of them will cover you. I've had it all. I had it out with Cigna, and I had it out with Pacific, Pacific Prime, Pacific Cross, Russell. I've had it out with all of them. I sent a 2-page email to Cigna the other day. They said, well, pay the bill. Pay the bills. The thing of it is, what they're doing, they call it a pre-existing condition. You go in the hospital, say the bill is 50,000 peso. You pay it. Cigna says you pay it. Cross, everybody's saying you pay it, right? And then you submit the bill like Alton did. And they pay you back.
The reimbursement.
Yeah. But guess how much they pay you back?
Oh,
Guess.
100.
They don't pay you 100% back. They
20.
They pay 20% of the bill, 30% of the bill. So, of the 1,000, they'll pay 20, 30,000.
20.
Yeah, they'll pay $300 or $400 of the $1,000 bill that you have, and so you have to pay the other 6. So it's reversed. Like 80% should be covered by them, and you pay the 20. Nah, not there. So it's the way it is. It's not counting medications and the other stuff. So I said, what is wrong with you guys? This guy got mad at me. So the guy got mad at me. So he sent me this really bad email back. So I sent it to his boss at Cigna. And because I got the boss. The boss wrote me back. He said, I'm so sorry. This guy's attitude is poor. They're out of Malaysia or Kuala Lumpur or somewhere, wherever Kuala Lumpur is. And that's where the Cigna was based. So I said, I'm done with you, dude. He's broke. He can't leave. He is broke and he can't leave. It's sad. I feel so sorry for him. It's sad. If you're in the Philippines and you're broke, how do you get out? The United States will help you get out, but you can't. Well, I don't know if they would. If she has passport, I wonder if they would. I guess maybe they would, but I don't know. I didn't ask the guy. I asked him too many questions as it is. I said, will you do an interview online? He goes, you think I have time to do an interview online? He said, I'm only talking to you because I like you. The guy wanted his savings. Yeah, he wasted his savings on a house, land, property, car, all the fixings for the house, new furniture, everything. He wasted everything all in the house. Then he got sick. I'm not really quite sure. I think it had to do with cardiovascular. And so he didn't tell me detail. He just said it was cardio. So probably heart, lungs, like that. So I'm not really quite sure. Forget that persisting blood pressure will be the high. I was amazed at the guy that I would have went off the deep end, but he was really stressed out. He reached out to me, he couldn't get out. I contacted this guy, which ended up calling the hospital at St. Luke's, which ended up talking to the guy, and he got the guy on the phone, and he called me back to thank me and said, I'll send you money. I said, no, don't send me anything. You take the money and keep it with your family and buy food and everything else. Don't send me $1. You keep it. Then he went to the guy, and they sent a guy from Manila, an American from Manila, and went there to negotiate the price of that hospital bill and got him out and got him back home. And then the guy took his passport. They actually took his passport. I was like, whoa, that's kind of scary. So he cannot go anywhere. He can go here, around anywhere he wants to go. But even here, they're going to really question that passport thing. He's still on a tourist visa. He's on a tourist visa. He was going to start applying for his 13A. Kuala Lumpur, capital of Malaysia. Okay. That's probably where he's at. It was wherever Cigna was based, Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur,
Yeah.
Malaysia.
Maybe agents are skimming the money. Could have been
Maybe.
too. Could have been. It seemed funny. I mean, it was all legit. But I got his boss, and I talked to his boss. His boss said, "Don't worry about it." But what he's telling you is true, but his attitude was wrong. He should have just agreed with you instead of fighting you. He should have just said, "Yes, sir, you're exactly right. We're sorry this happens. This is our new policy. I'm sorry you feel this way," and go on. You know how easy. How is it to appease someone? You say, yeah, I'm sorry this happened to you. It will never happen again. I'm still your friend, right? Like that. But he didn't even, this guy was really like, well, and he was going off on me about, because I was angry about insurance and paying it and nothing. So you lose $6,000 in payments because of what? Right? So that's what happened. Yeah, it's a sad situation. He needs to get his life back. So he's getting it back together, and he's doing apparently okay. He's out, and he's healthy, and he's good. So they're going to start scrimping. So no more. He's going to sell the car. He's going to put that in the bank. He's going to sell. He's going to try to sell some other things, like I guess he has access to bananas on things. He's going to sell bananas. So they're really legitimately trying to get his passport back. And so their goal now is to leave the Philippines because of the insurance. And their goal now, starting as of February the 26th, is get out. Get out. So Ralphie's, good morning. Ralph, good morning. Cold. There's a guy here begging on the streets. He's lost his passport and bank card, no way to get money. Oh, wow. And he can't get well, he can call the embassy. Well, yeah, don't have no phone probably. Yeah, if you can get to, I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do. He'd have to just call the embassy. They'll help him. If you see him, let him borrow your phone, let him call the 02 number at the embassy and see if they can help him. There was a guy also doing the same thing. In fact, it was in CDO, Rick. It was a guy in CDO. It was begging, American, and it was done on Facebook. Good morning. So, St. Luke's very expensive. Well, that was expensive for him. The thing that I was amazed by was the fact is that he said that I was amazed that nobody was really trying to help him as far as the Filipino was concerned. He said, I felt like an outcast. He said, I can only depend on American to help me. I said, really? He goes, what are they going to do? They're not going to do anything. They can't do anything. I said, well, yeah, I guess that's true. I said, it makes you wake up. So the guys that are coming, you really have to take a look at that. And even if you're coming to visit, even if you're a visitor coming here, and look, I'm itching right there now. If you're a visitor coming here, you can I'd make sure you have some type of traveler's insurance, but don't think that's going to work. A friend of mine had a company called Anthem, and it would not work here. He had to go to Guam and use it there. That was embassy helps. Don't need passport because he's not responsible. Yeah, I'm glad you reported him. I'm glad he got the help he needed. You know, that's probably the 10th guy in the last 6 months that needed help like that. In December, we sent back 8 people, my friends to the group. They like to call me. There's a guy in Bohol begging on the street, and he needed out, and so we put him to the embassy and put him up, and the embassy came and got him. They came and got him. They had the local police come get him and escort him up to the bus terminal and got him on the bus. And the Filipino paid the thing. They paid it. I guess the PNP paid it and got him up there, and I guess U.S. reimburses it. I don't know how they worked it out, but yeah, they PNP come got him and didn't put him in jail. No, they took him down bus terminal and made sure he got on the bus, and they made sure he had plenty of peso. The guy gave him peso out of his pocket, and he said, "You want him to sign a receipt?" He said, "It's already taken care of. It's already been taken care of by Manila." So he gave him the money and gave him like $200, and so he had plenty of money on him, which is 10,000 peso. And then when he got to Manila, they put him up in a hotel. This one guy, and gave him food and everything, and then he had a flight out 2 days later, and then he flew back to the States, and then they put him in a hotel when he got to the States, and they really took care of him. I mean, the United States Embassy really took care of him. And this is happening more and more. So they're catering more and more now because there's more and more losing their money and just a lot. He said they're having a lot that's coming here broke and just live at half Social Security money. Don't have no way of income other than Social Security, and don't have really any savings other than a couple $1,000s. So, and there get quite a few guys like that that just find a girl, want to get married, come here, don't work out, and then on the streets. He doesn't like that you told him that bad policy, and that's exactly right. He didn't like it. Yes, he does work by commission. That's exactly right. He didn't like it. He got mad at me. He has talked to the embassy. Doesn't want to leave. He don't. Oh, I've been trying to help get a new bank card so he can get his money. Oh, wow. So he doesn't want to leave the Philippines. Oh, okay. So he's talked to okay. All right, I understand. My friend Alton was like that. And Mike Cason, you guys remember Mike Cason, my Philippine journey was like that too. I told him, I said, you're a goofball. He laughed at me. I said, you're a goofball. I said, what in the world's wrong with you? Go fly back to Texas, get your heart operation done. What? I said, what? You going to put in jail? No, I ain't going to put. I said, well, why don't you go back to Texas and get your heart operation done and then come back here? I said, what is the deal with that? I said, you're a licensed electrician. Why don't you want to go back? He said, I want to stay right here. Alton did the same. He want to go back for whatever reason. And some may have mental illness. Yeah, I think so too. Mental illness. Good guys chip in. Yeah, we do. It's not like a lot, it's a couple of bucks, but you get 15, 20 guys kicking in, $20, $30. It helps. And it just helps guys along. And it just, because, we're all human. You guys ever been in a situation where you actually need something and down and out and need a couple of bucks? And because things happen to everybody. It's happened to me. Where I was down and out and needed help, and there was someone there to help me. And I learned a long time ago, I will never not turn anyone down in time of need. Even though I think that they have money, I'll give them a couple bucks. Because it's just money. I can replenish that. Tom, I always had to have my passport. Me too. The extension of me too for the Philippines on a tourist visa. What happened to almost every 2 months? Exactly. And yeah, exactly. You've got to have it. They gave him a piece of paper. So he has a piece of paper like this. It's just form. It says this is valid for 90 days. And then he has to go back in and get it valid again. And it keeps getting valid until he pays that note off. But this first one's 90 days. I don't know how they do it thereafter. But they probably make him go back in and say, okay, I don't know if there's a fee. I don't know anything about it other than they gave him a piece of paper, said this is your passport now, this piece of paper. You keep it with you in your wallet. So if somebody asks for your passport, here it is. But they physically took his passport and put it in his pocket. And I got to tell you, that just, years ago, they would actually take your passport from you here. Ruth and I had that happen. Remember that, darling, where they tried to take Daddy's passport at the bureau and said, you got to leave your passport here? Or at Davao. Said, you got to leave it. I said, I ain't leaving it. Forget it. What do I need to do to keep it? I'm not leaving my passport with anybody. Well, you get it back when you come get your visa. No. And in fact, the guy at the embassy told me you're never, ever supposed to leave a passport out of your hands. If you do, it's against the law. And if they require you to do that, it's against the law. All American passport holders has to have that. If it leaves your hands, it's a no-no.
That's your identification.
Yeah, it's your identification.
Your important document.
Yeah, it's your visa. It's your visa. I don't care what piece of paper you have. Yeah. Did I trust the guy in Davao when he told me that? I go, no. He said, well, you get it back when you come back in 2 weeks or whatever. I said, no. Because at that time they had so many they were processing. I said, I don't care. What do I need to do to get it done today? I said, I drove, we're on the bus for 4 hours getting here. I said, I'm not going to, no. So we got to the head honcho. It gave me 6 months. And of course, you have to ask, right? They put this over here, darn, because I don't know if they
It's
can.
so far.
Yeah, I don't know if they can see my beautiful wife. Well,
It's
let me.
until here.
Oh, let me put it down, though. Oh. Yeah, they got to put this thing down. My wife. There we go. There we go. She's so little. There.
Like this.
All right,
Like
yes.
that.
All right, yes, darn.
Okay. Oh, marking.
Hey, Mark King, how are you? Yes. Mark King. Kevin, Gemma. Mark King, good morning. Soon as we get tired of this decision of staying, exactly. He will end up the overstay for 3 days. You know what? Embassies overloaded. They're overloaded. They cut the staff, as you know, during Trump times to 35% cut, 40% cut. I don't remember what it was. But anyway, a lot of people lost their job. Is that Ruth? That small more? Yes. She's setting up. This is my honey. Are you standing or sitting?
It's sitting out.
Sometimes she's sitting in a chair, okay, at the kitchen table. Her feet swings. Okay, and they always swing.
It's barely.
If she's in the CR sitting on the toilet, her feet swing. All right, and you can see her in a chair, feet swinging. So I have to put my foot underneath her foot as she uses my feet as her footstool. So that's how we do it. Yeah, she's small. What did you say? What is it? Davo, and some cities do it. Yeah. Orchids. Are you going to do more cake decorating? That's right.
If I'm not busy.
She did do a cake recently.
Too busy.
Mr. Tom Shipman's birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. Tom. He's probably out and about today. He's here in town. Just got here.
Busy.
Yeah, he's busy. I don't know when he's going back. Roaming around, doing things.
Go farm.
Yeah, good guy. Really good guy. He has farmland. I don't know what he's do. He always do something. Other off stamp in 1 hour. Hong? Man, I got to tell you, thank goodness, how many times have we sat? We sat more in the Bureau of Immigration office than we sat here at the house. I remember one time sitting at the hospital trying to get a 13A. When we first tried to get it, me and Ruth sitting there going, is this guy ever going to come here? Is he going to come here today?
It's been so long.
It's so long. Trying to get a medical exam. So long. We ended up leaving. I said, well, we got to get home before midnight. Before midnight, we had to get home. It was just like, is this guy going to come and get this done? And, Filipino, take it, whatever, I don't know. The nurse says, yeah, he's coming, and he didn't come. So that we gave up on the 13A, and then COVID hit. Took me 4.5 years to get my 13A. Used to grow thousands in greenhouse. So Ralph said he grew thousands of orchids.
Where?
Where, Ralph? In the States? Hey, Chasey. Yeah, she said, can I have some? Hello, chasing my Asian dreams. Hello, everyone. Why, it's 4'11". It tells her she's 5.
Yeah, I'm 4'11". And I'm 5'1". Yo!
Yeah. Joe.
Yeah,
4'8".
if I wear heels, okay?
Yeah. Heels and get one of those stilt things you stand on top of. This dog, you don't want Homer?
Homer is annoying.
You're chilling. Sit down. What is wrong with him? Yeah, it's like he's
to bite my hand.
Bite your hand. Homer. So everybody's wife is probably littler than their husband.
4'11", usually.
And my wife
Filipina.
is littler than me. I can, if she goes to the States, some will think she's a kid.
Maybe when we buy clothes there, we will be in a
Baby
kids
section. Kids section, yeah. I have to go to the regular adult section in the States, maybe extra large, but really adult. I still got some clothes I'm wearing from where I had in the States. But really, overall, I do fairly well because Mr. Mitch sent me a bunch of clothes that he had extra. But so chasing my Asian dream, Queen, how you doing? How is everything? Kevin and Gemma, how you doing? How's the farm? You still got the farm? Hong, how is things there? Hong, where did you stop? Did you go to the casino? Did you eat food? Did you eat steak?
Casino.
I saw a guy yesterday.
Give you sugar daddy.
He give me kisses. Yeah, thank you, baby. I saw a guy yesterday that won $1 million in the slot machine on a short. Yes, 1 million on one of those casino boats. 1,046,000 on a boat. Can you imagine? I would have been like, whoa. Tom, you know my wife is not smaller than I am. Oh yeah, that's right. I do not have a wife. That's why she's smaller than I am. Mark King, come here and get your wife. You'll find one. I had another guy telling me yesterday that he came here, found his wife really quick, and he's having a good time, and they spending some time together.
Mark King don't not have plan for a wife.
Maybe not have wife. Mark King lives
Just
cheap.
love eating ice cream.
Did you know Mark King lives cheap in the States? Like
He's
really
in
cheap?
Arizona, right?
Yeah. He lives really cheap, like really cheap.
We went
He lives
there.
he lives look what he's doing. He lives like
Oi.
don't you dare eat that. He lives like cheap.
No.
He knows that already. Eating his clothes.
Give it to me. Quickly.
She'll make him go get the clothes and bring it back.
Give me.
We live in you live in Florida? What part of Florida, if you don't mind me asking? Old Floridian here. Myself. $1,100 a month. Mark King lives on $1,100 a month, which is $55,000.
It's okay.
It's okay. I live on that, Mark King. We can live on that. We'd be happy to live on that. Get us a car and we'd be set.
Come here.
Hey, so Florida. I understand Bike Week's going on in Florida right now, as it always does. It's a really hectic area. I have a friend there that is he emailed me also this morning. He's Dave. We talk daily. He was telling me that the housing market is really kind of shot up there considerably for prices, and they have lots that are for sale there.
So many lots there, Mark King, for sale.
Yeah,
How much?
Yeah, Mark, where you at? Are you in Scottsdale? Where you at? Vero Beach. I know where Vero is.
West Palm, Florida.
Yeah, West Palm. He's State Road 60. State Road 60.
I will go there.
Vero Beach.
I will go there. He has so many orchids.
Vero Beach, man. I love Vero, huh?
He has so many orchids.
Who does?
He
does?
You said it's
Not,
growing.
yeah, Ralph does, darling. Not chasing my Asian queen.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Phoenix. So, chasing my Asian dream. You think about it. I mean, it's really a good deal to have. Vero's a nice place. I like Vero. They still have training camp there? I used to go down there. Go to training camp close by there, close to down off of one somewhere. I forget. It's been a while. But yeah, I'm an old salesman, you know.
Did you say it?
Yeah. In Phoenix. So where at in Phoenix do you live?
Phoenix.
Scottsdale?
You've been born there, right?
I lived in Prescott. Phoenix is down in the middle of the state. You're looking at the wrong thing, honey. Doesn't matter. How can I live on 1,100 in the Philippines?
Worse.
This is how I know I can live on 1,100 there in the Philippines. If I can do it here in USA, I'm sure I can do it a lot better life. Yes. Oh, no, more Dodger. Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's how I figured it. I was living on about 1,100 a month there. It run 11 to 13 a month there in Florida, there in Daytona. Um,
Daytona,
the
Florida.
land. My last spot was um, Daytona, but I've lived in Lakeland and, of course, Orlando all over a few times, Altamont, Lake Mary. Lived in Tampa, St. Pete, Brandon. Brandon was my original place that I moved to originally. Lived in Ybor City, St. Pete Beach, my most favorite. Couldn't afford it there, but rented a house there for the time. Down in New Smyrna, lived all over. But I was a traveling salesperson, and that's what I did. So I would travel around. So believe me, I know Vero, Miami, Miami Beach, South Beach. I know all that area back of my hand. And it's something that I travel all over the place. A good place I would always want to live is Dunedin.
Where?
Zephyr Hills, Dunedin, the place. Over by the Cardinal Stadium. Do you go to any games? You go to any games? Um, I was in Tampa, Tampa Bay Bucks, and before that was, I forget what the coach of the team was. Been back a few years. I used to go to the games. Really enjoyed myself there. Really had a good time there. Really had a good time. And it's always it was good for me. Problem was going to work the next day. As you go to a football game, you got to go to work the next day, and it's horrible. So you need that next day off. If you go to a game, you got to have Monday off, because if you're at a stadium, get there at night, late. So, why would I go to a Cardinal game when I'm a 49ers fan? Because you're supporting your state. Yeah. See? What is my favorite is that I enjoy watching is football, but I like baseball the best. I'm a baseball fan all the way. And a lot of spring training camps there at one time. I don't know who's there anymore. I've not been into it. As you know, I was always working before, trying to save to come here, and try to build that up. So, Cardinal games are good to go to. They have a good following, I hear. Here, they really don't have any sports. Maybe a basketball game. I think they have them in Manila, but I don't know of anything they do at all here. If you're a sports fan, this may not be the place for you. They don't really teach it in the schools. Basketball, maybe, but it's sporadic. It's like this. They'll play a few games along, but it's not really anything that people can really enjoy going to every week or something like that. Like in high school, junior high, you have your football games and go from September to December, and then baseball or something, basketball will start up. But it was like here, they don't even have anything like that. I kind of want R to get involved in it more than she does. She really wants to play volleyball. She's tall. She wants to play basketball. She'd be a good basketball player. And I think if I get her into that, but it's almost getting too late because she's 15 now. We'll be 15 soon, so she'll be out of high school. And time we get there. I so dare anyone to tell me that I cannot live in the Philippines on 1,100 a month when I am there living in this right now, U.S. Like, yeah, you know what, Mark? It's funny you said that. Hong and I talked about this too. You're exactly right. You're 100% right. If you're on one of the states, living in the states on 1,100, people used to tell me that. When I first came here, we actually lived on 500-600 a month. But things have increased now. It's costing there now. It's probably pushing 1,000, 1,100 a month. So you think if you're living on 1,100 a month and you're having steaks all the time, and I kind of know your situation, you don't think that I can? I can too. Here in Florida. You know, it's been like 2 years now. I had any fast food. It's been that long. But you eat well, though. You eat well. And you do the things you need to do. You're out and about. It's not like you're lazy, don't do anything. You're out and about. And then here's the thing, too, Mark. People don't realize when I was there in the States, I was active. I was all over the place. You know, fuel, gas, everything. And still $1,300 a month. But my rent was really cheap. That is the key to life, is finding your rent or no rent. That is the key. Because you're going to have insurance, you're going to have health insurance, you're going to have food, you're going to have all the other stuff, you're going to have all the stuff in your maintenance and all that. But the self itself is you need to have rent is the key. And if you got a car, it needs to be an old beat up car, not really, but you need something you pay off and you have it. So you don't have to worry about it. Right?
Yes.
And so I'm just watching you. I've been 2 years now, had any fast food. Is it a choice because of health, or is it a choice because you're saving money? Is it a health choice or saving money? Some people do it for health. Some people do it for saving money, because it can get expensive eating out fast food all the time. You know, $5 a pop, $8 a pop. Here, it's more expensive here than it is in the States to eat at McDonald's and those fast food chain focused things. I think it's like $8. I wish John Shoemate was here. He could tell me exactly how much they're in Valencia. $8 for a burger and fries here now. So
Burger.
yeah. So how much was beef yesterday, Dawn?
350 per kilo.
$3.50 per kilo, so $7 per pound. That's not bad. That's fair price. How much is chicken?
$2.50.
$5 a pound for chicken. Says Travel, good morning. Welcome, welcome. Hi. How are you? Morning. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to try to do more live streams. I can see I need to do more.
Yes, even here in TikTok.
Yeah, I can do more on TikTok.
Because if you will not do that, like the followers will
Go somewhere else. When I went to DMV yesterday to pay my tags for the next 2 years, and I had to get smog tested. Lucky that I was at DMV, for they spotted that my name on my driver's license was wrong. Oh, really? Really? What'd they have it down for? And you know what, Mark? That happens more than you think. It happens all the time here. Because their names are so different. Spanish, you know, names. Did you want to try to do another live stream on Friday too?
Yes.
Okay, we'll try to do that one on Friday. I'll try to make this a regular thing. You want to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or just Wednesday, Friday?
Whatever.
Oh, really? You're into live streams now, huh?
Yeah, because we need to
Build it up? Yeah, because I haven't done it in a long time. We'll try to build it up and do that. That way, it's there. DMB. Charles Huckstadt. High five. Good to see you, my friend.
Good morning.
Hey, Charles. How you doing? Is it cold there? How's the Bears? Any action on the Bears? It's actually easier to do live stream because we got up early. I got up at 5 this morning because of our in school. So I've been up a while. It was my middle name, only the letter, and they should have been spelled it out complete. I see. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Says Travel. How is Says Travel doing? Yeah, in fact, Ruth and I want to try to find us a car too, Mark. Hey, Mark, be on the lookout.
Car?
Yeah. Before we get an RV, you need a car.
Comes down in price. Same here.
How much are our onions now?
$3.50.
$7 a kilo? $7 a kilo, Kevin. I don't know how much they were before. They were expensive.
600.
Okay, 650. Okay. Bear's still sleeping under 3 inches snow. Let him sleep. So Kevin, how's the farm? And how's the lady next to you? Is she doing okay? Is she healthy still? Is she doing all right? Got a nice place. 30 inches of snow. Oh, man. Did he say 30 inches?
If I like that, I will always sleep now and eat. Sleep, eat.
Sleep at. Darling, that's crazy. Because the driver's license, you're now tired of your passport and your name needs to be the same. It shows the passport. Yes, you're right. It does. And did you know that every passport has a chip in it? If you happen to tear apart your passport, which would be stupid to do, don't bend a page because they won't accept you in the country. There is a chip in there. There is a little chip in the back of your passport. Now I wonder why. You guys tell me why. Tom, used cars are now outrageous. That's what I figure. You know what, Michael? I figured that. Used cars are outrageous, Mother. What that means they're expensive.
Then buy a new one.
Yeah, I'll buy a new one. That'll solve that problem.
Aye.
What are we gonna do? Hey, Mark King, when we come, we'll borrow your car. I'll go see Michael and Heidi. No, oh man. RVs have like gone bonkers. Everybody's buying those things now. Used cars are just under new car prices. Oh,
so you buy a new car na lang?
Oh yeah.
You're right.
Why don't I just go write a check for one? It'll bounce.
You just ride a bike.
Right. You ever try to ride a bike on I-40? Or I-95? Or I-75? Or I-20?
By electric car.
Yeah, no worries. I'll be pushing that bad boy up a hill. Michael, could you imagine? Mark.
Then walk. Checking where?
Where to go, like that country, and where the country you got to go is to wear the chip in your passport. Oh, I see. Is that track you like that? And I asked that question. The answer I got, it's just for information. I said, does it show location? Not that I'm aware of. I said, it just has information. It has your name, address, phone number.
Address and signature.
Signature, all that stuff that you have on your passport. The same as on a page. So that's when they scan it, they know. I said, so can they scan it? Let me ask this question. Can they scan it if it's closed without the barcode? He didn't answer. So what do you think?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. The guys know. The guys just not saying. But Michael, so just under new car prices? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Man, what happened to buying a car $1,500? You guys remember those days? What happened to buying a car? Well, a loaf of bread, I guess, for a dime or a nickel. Gasoline for 25 cents a gallon. When was the last time you bought gas 25 cents a gallon? Right, you didn't. No. Yeah, it's a big deal for sure. I was surprised on the airport away here in the Philippines. They never asked me for an ID, just passport. Yeah, Milo, I kind of wondered about that too. When I asked the guy at the consular's office, I said, I just asked him everything. I'm that kind of guy, guys. But I don't do it. I do it because just my knowledge. People said, well, how do you know? Well, because I asked the guy. What guy? Well, the guy at the U.S. Embassy. But when I asked him, I said, he goes, yeah, it's just the name, address, phone number. Then I said, does it show location where you're at all times? He says, well, no, not that I know of. Well, we all know, common sense would tell you, it probably does. But I would think that'd have to be battery. But what do I know about anything? I know nothing. but I know back in the day, it's like when you walk through a detector. I do know this for sure. Say for instance, you go to the airport and you walk through the scanner, and you walk through that. They know exactly how much money you have on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the barcode's on the money,
Come here.
the scan code.
Stop being lazy.
So if you say you can put 3,000, you want to claim, it's going to show 3,000 on there. It won't say 3,000. It'll just show what you have in your wallet. And the thing, because the barcode
Okay.
on the strip, but I do know that's true. Same thing on credit card. And when they put these in the new chips, they can also track you there too. They say they can't, but I know they can. I'm surprised at the airport. Yeah, they ever ask for an ID, just passport. And that's the thing. Yeah, it's the same as that little metal strip in your dollar bills. You walk through the store. Yeah. They know. Yeah, exactly right. It's on the dollar. It's on the 20. And they know exactly. Same on the peso. It's like the housing market. You know what, Michael? I was going to ask you, how is the housing market? It's one out of sight up, right? I need a question. Are you in USA or Philippines? Michael is in USA, California right now, or Arizona or somewhere. 78-year-old cars with
What's that?
7 to 8-year-old cars with 120,000 miles, $15,000. USA. The lady had chemo yesterday. She's doing okay. Still a lot to do on the farm. Keeps me busy. Prayers are with you and her. Hang in there, my friend. Don't you get sick. You still consider land or house, RV living? Yes. I'm still planning on some type of land and or RV or something. Listen, if I could go, and here's the reasoning, and I want you guys to think about this. If I go buy an RV, it's got wheels and I can move it. The other positive thing I like about it is it has a refrigerator, a stove, a microwave, beds, furniture, TVs, dishes, spoons, forks. Everything you would need. It's a ready-made house. You just walk in. If I go buy an apartment or rent an apartment, I got to furnish that apartment. I need chairs, beds, beddings, furniture, everything. And then you got to pay the first and the last and the security deposit. It can be anywhere from $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. So common sense tells you, if you're going to spend $5,000 and throw it away, why don't you take $5,000 and put it in something you could sell and won't get the same amount, but you could get something out of it. So you pay, I'm just going to say you pay $10,000 for an RV. You're not going to be able to sell it for $10,000 once you drive off lot. It's probably going to be worth $5,000 or $6,000. But you can sell it for something, get your money back. That is the only thing that I'm thinking RV. Unless I can get in a situation like Claude did, where he has a house, it includes electric and water and everything, and furnished for $700 a month in Texas. So that is an option. But there are not that many of those out there on this earth right now. You know, in fact, Ruth and I were talking about it. I said, honey, what do you think? She goes, well, Daddy, common sense. You're right. So in an RV, you're walking into a ready-made house with aircon and everything. Yeah. And I go to an apartment, I have to buy a washer, a dryer, and everything. And in some cases, those RVs already have a washer and dryer on them. And it would not be a junker. I'm not going to buy no junker. It'll be everything be working and clean and nice. I'm not buying a junker. So you guys kind of see my story. So common sense would tell me that is the only route that I can think of, because I lived the life and I understand the life and I know what it's about. So I know that would be easier for a man to start over again than it would be a man starting from zero. So I don't go to Walmart and have to spend $1,000 at Walmart just to get, a few things, and then buy furniture and then this. And you guys know. I don't have to explain it to you guys. You guys, most of you, 99% are all smarter than me. You didn't know that. There's shortage of used cars. Wholesalers paying crazy prices. Wow, Michael, I can't believe that. That's crazy. So what is the man to do? Rent? Is rent cheating? Why don't they just rent cars? Probably rent one cheaper than you can buy one. Mark, do you know these days they're making things that not need batteries? I use own body. Yeah, human body make it run on. Saying they're costing now. Yeah, RVs are costly. Last year, my friend bought a new Ford to pay 84,000. Wow, wow, wow,
Wow.
wow. So RV, yeah, it's true. RVs. The house market is coming down, like in Phoenix, Las Vegas. I see, but it still needs to come down further. Phoenix peaked out about 480 for homes, now to 410. Oh, I see, I see, I see. Yeah, I'm looking to land over a house like you have. Land and order a house like you have. You know what? There'd be nothing wrong with that. That'd be a great idea. Just add motor house in right now and just ship it to the USA.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I wish I could. Buy land 510K. You know what? There are lots available in US right now. Thousands and thousands and thousands of lots, high and dry lots. You buy for $2,000 to $5,000. And I'm not talking no small lot like this. These are small. I'm talking quarter acre to half acre, 3/4 acre, an acre sometimes. There's one an acre sometimes right now in Ocala. 1 acre, Florida, and want $5,000 for it. 1 acre, high and dry. So we're by the horse ranches. You know, the horse racing group. Guy has a lot over there. He's wanting to sell. It's down by the Walmart. And what is the deal? It is a deal. But I don't want to spend the money on it. Yeah, RV shops, no empty, no stocks. Yeah, they're selling them as fast as they can build them. And you know that was happening with RV market. RV market, now everybody's buying them because they're looking at alternative living. So selling their homes, getting out of that, and looking to RV lifestyle. And so they're looking at a different way of life, which is not a bad idea. Some of the guys are just parking them out in the desert on BLM land, just staying there. And just staying there and moving it every 2-3 weeks or a month. Some you can stay 6 months at a time on BLM land. Some 2 weeks, some 4 weeks, depending on what state. Get these millennials that went FOMO buying a house along with the buyers, corporations drove up housing costs. I was wondering about that. Is that what happened, Michael? So they bought all these houses, corporations bought them. Wow, drove up housing. Looked at RV dealer want $40,000. Oh my goodness. Data shows the west half of the U.S. paying over 45% of their monthly income on house payments. 45%. 45%. Oh man, it's too much. You can't beat that 5K at Florida. 5K is a deal. Yeah, it's really a good deal. Housing in PMW cost Seattle alone there are in the millions. Oh my goodness. Philip Milo. You know, the thing before it bursted, it's getting ready to burst. You guys know, and I know it. But the thing, I know it's cycles. You guys know this. You guys remember the 80s? 80s, we went through the same cycle in the 80s where housing and crashed and the houses market fell to nothing. Guys lost millions of dollars. And many of the guys that had those houses now are housing and built it back up. But you and I know that once it falls, there'll be a lot of people make a lot of money. There's a guy right now in California that's buying RVs, he's flipping them. He's buying them for whatever price, redoing them on the inside, and flipping them. In some cases, he don't even do anything but just flip it. He don't even watch it. He's flipping them. He's buying them at wholesale and just flipping them. And he's making a fortune. Him and his brother are making a fortune on it. He did a video on it the other day. It's like, I could not believe it. And they're only doing it in California. Big Wall Street funds like BlackRock snatching up single-family homes. You know, Michael, this BlackRock, can you guys tell me a little bit about these guys? I saw on the news that they seem to be the new company to watch for, and not in a good way. You know, I didn't hear about that. My sister has bought two RV 2 years ago. I never hear about them ever using it as of right now until sitting in the side yard. beside the fence. Don't even know if they even got in the first place. Mike, Mark, I would go get it if I were you. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with it. To build a new house, about $300 square foot to build a new house. Too much. Not worth it. You're better off. You're better off doing something else. That's not worth it. We think that summer love would drive down the house price, but it didn't. Wow. I tell you what, Milo, I'm amazed the house is like that. I think Phoenix is worse for the corporate purchase, like Open Door, OfferPad, Zillow. I see, Michael. And you know what? That goes to rent you an American Dream home. The American Dream home, to rent it instead of buying it. I see. Yeah, I didn't hear. I heard BlackRock made millions of people a lot of money. They made some people billions. But on the other hand, I heard that this is not a good company. I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm not a. I woke up too late in my life. You guys understand what that means? I woke up way too late, and that means I should have I waited too long. I should have acted quicker than I did. I was too focused on the corporate world. When I should have saved, I spent. And when I spent, I should have saved that money and kept it. Because at the end of the day, when it's gone, it's gone. Prime example of that, I've really, really hit the nail on the head here. You come here with X amount of dollars, whatever that money is. You live here. You have no source to fill the well back up again. In the States, at least you can piddle around doing something to make a couple bucks. You can stand on the side street and sell apples and oranges to make a few bucks. You can't do that here. I'm just using that as an example. I'm not making... Heck, I could go to Plant City and buy strawberries at $4 a flat and go take them up the road and sell them for $20 a flat, 5 miles away, right there on the right on the plantation there, and sell hundreds of flats and make money on the side, where you cannot do that here. It's just not. It's not something you can do. So you're not able to replenish the well. The money is here, but it keeps. As you guys know, it goes down, down, down. You're not filling it. So the well is dry. Problem with a lot of expats, including myself, is we're not filling the well. The well is getting deeper, 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 and empty. Best thing to do is keep 2 houses, one here, one there, 2 apartments, 2 RVs, 2 something. If it's a storage shed out in the middle of the desert with water and solar, you're better off having that and whatever here, and having something you can go back to. It's already there. And be a prepper. You know, garden your food, save your food, just prepare stuff, be prepared. Here you can be a prepper, but not really. You can't. Problem is going to be here is, and I see it happening, you can get vegetables, but you're not going to be able to get beef unless you have your own cows and raising your own chickens. And raising that here, having the land to be able to do that, sometimes can be a problem. In the States, you're protected. You're protected from somebody climbing the fence. Here, they'll climb the fence and take the cow when you're gone. They'll come and take the fruit off your trees when you're sleeping. You have to be careful. A new trend now is what? With the guys in the tricycles.
Yeah, carnapping.
Carnapping. New trend, new thing. What's carnapping?
They will get your tricycle when it's parked outside. They will drive it.
So many guys come home, they leave their bike parked on the street, tricycle, trike, tuk-tuk. You're sleeping, everything is cool. They come by in a truck, or they come by, they hot wire it or push it. A block down the road, load it in a truck, it's gone. Where'd it go? Don't know. You may find it in Luzon next month. Another thing they're starting to do is, and it's happening a lot here, guys, a lot. I mean, not just here, all over. Another thing they started doing is night driving, guy in a tricycle. Take me to so-and-so place, 10 miles away. They take you there. You're being followed by another tuk-tuk. So you take them there. On the way there, they say, give me your money. Other tuk-tuk pulls up, take the money from the driver. They're gone down the road. You don't know anything because you can't track them. Half of them don't have plates or anything. You don't know the guy. You don't know anything. So they're doing a lot of that. New trend. Today they just said that Amazon is going to do another round of layoffs soon too. Yeah, I saw they closed their stores, some of their stores. Possible plant meat. Yeah, exactly. Charles is right. California's 203 per square feet. Not bad tax-free sell oranges. Yeah. You know, if you had spent my money in the 20s, I would be so rich now. I would not be a joke for me to be living on a month. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I saw people at nice RVs in the middle of the road. They have some parks. What they started doing is they started giving people an opportunity. You can work there for free lot rent. Or you can get salary also with the free lot rent. And the salary starts out about $20 an hour per person, 25 hours a week. And you get free lot rent. A lot of guys are doing that, banking their money up, making the $1,600 a week, and taking that money, banking it up, and then bank it for 6 months, and then travel. Hello, Tom, David. How you doing, my good friend from Tyler? Good to see you. I was just looking at a place there in Tyler recently about. It was a house for rent, but it was recently rented. Good price too. It's not about the Amazon employees. My neighbor lost his only source of income. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's sad. I don't like seeing people lose their jobs. I hate it too. Will make Philippines collapse. Yeah, economic desperation. Philippines is not far from it. The economy itself is having a hard time itself to maintain its stability right now. People say, oh, it's fine. Well, it's really not. Because what incomes do they have? What industries here? So income is farm, not really an industry at all. A lot of students that graduate college can't even find a job. And they got degrees. So, are they stealing catalytic converters there in the Philippines? If they had them, Sperlin, how are you? Good to see you. Sperlin, if the cars have them, but no, it's not a normal thing they do. They're just taking the whole car. Or they take this really their new thing now is tuk-tuks, tricycles, motorcycles, things like that is parked outside that you're not in an enclosed area. And it's really easy for them to grab because they'll just, pop the clutch in and just push it down the road and then put it in the car and then because they can rewire the key situation there. Diesel here in Samar equivalent to about $3 a gallon. Milo, I know that diesel here is about $3.50 a gallon, which is not bad. It's not good, but not bad. The guys are getting around pretty good now on gas and diesel. They're doing pretty good with it. Where you go? All right. All right. Tom, I should look into buying an RV and do what you just said. Top 20 an hour. I could top and rent my place, top and rent it out. Yeah, well, it's called work capping, Mark. And what you do is, Hong knows this. You just basically, Jim knows this too, of course. You just go on work camping. There's work camping sites, like KOA, for example. There's a job opening. Guy offered me a job, me and Ruth a job. It's $17.50 an hour to start. And she works in the office and I work outside. 20 to 25 hours a week, and we would work at the same time. And if we wanted to work 40 hours a week, we could do that too. But 20, 25 hours a week at $17.50 an hour. And if we did well, we'll go up to 20 in 30 days. Then, so that's 40 an hour times 80 hours, if we want that right. So look at the money you can make. So you take that money and bank it. Just bank it. And just put it in the bank, because you get free rent. You're not paying any rent. The only thing you got to pay up, I think what it was $20 in cable, and electric bills furnished too. You don't have to worry about that. I don't remember what it was, just nominal, whatever it was, nominal. And of course, you get other benefits also, but they cover insurance too. You get insurance. But you have to work there 30 days before you get the insurance. So, but imagine, so you bank that money, and then you may bank it for 6 months. Say you have 15, 18 grand. That's what people do for a living. They do that. Been doing it for years that way. And then they just go from here and they travel the country. And they have 20 grand to go around the country. Any repairs on the vehicle. If they find themselves in a bad situation, they just stop and go work get online and say who's got a job, and whatever the pay is, 15 an hour, 20 an hour, 10 an hour, whatever it is, they go work there together. But if you're making 20 an hour for the two of you, 10 and 10, or 15 and 15, or 30, whatever, you can bank up some money. Because it's not costing you anything to live there. So it's free rent. And that's always been my goal. And so the guy offered me a job. He said, can you be here in July? I said, I don't think so. I'm not to that step yet on my visa. I said, maybe I could. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Rashed into my ring. I had to move my wedding band over here. So I said, I'm not there to that situation. He said, well, why don't you just let me know. And he said, I'll hold it as long as I can. And if I can hold it, I'll hold it up for you, because I actually knew the guy there in Titusville at KOA. So I said, and I got to thinking, man, it's burning in me. I said, man, I could make $17 an hour for filling up propane tanks and picking up garbage. I could do that. I gave me one of them cane things, walk around picking it up. I'll do it. 20 hours a week. And then I says, it's okay. I added on my Social Security and my other little nest egg I got going on with investments. I said, that'd be great. We'll be fine. And so I've just been burning in my mind now for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, when the guy offered me the job. He said, yeah, man, we'd hire you right now and guarantee you work for 1 year. 1 year. If you want to leave in 6, you can leave anytime you want. But heck, I'd keep it for at least a year. Bank whatever amount of money you bank. Buy your car, buy you anything, but bank it. So that was my goal, to bank that money. So what a good idea that is. And that's just one of 10 ideas that I have available in my mind that we do, And so I would have a place to live, because that is my thing that I'm most worried about the most. Is I'm not paying $3,000-4,000 for a deposit in an apartment. I'm not paying $3,000-4,000 for a house. I'm not paying. I'll go sleep in a car first. I wouldn't do that either. But I would go buy something that I could stay in if I had to. A camper van or something, or a Class C or something, and then go filter wherever. Because I could boondoggle that. I can go to a state park and stay for 14 days and pay a nominal fee, $1 a day or $5 a day, and live inexpensively. So, but it'd be a problem, my baby in school, so I got to get settled. It's got to be stationary for a while anyway, until the summer months hit. And that's what I would do. Ruth and I would work, and in summer months we just travel around with our art and enjoy our life. Because I only have this many years left in my life. Before it was this much. Now I have this much. I want to enjoy them. I don't want to be stuck. That you hear, that you can go around, and I think Milo can understand this. And hopefully you can tell me if I'm wrong. Please tell me if I'm wrong, guys. I want you guys' honest opinion. Please tell me, because people, I love you guys' opinion, and believe me, I'm strong-hearted. I'm strong-willed. I could take you. Tom, you're worth a bunch of crap in your mind. You're wrong. You're wrong. But rationally in my mind, I'm saying, what is the smartest thing to do? Because my goal as a father and as a Christian is take care of my wife and my daughter. And if I get them there, no matter what, even if I'm in a prepper situation, I can be in a better situation all the way around. I would be banking money for I would be living on $1,100 a month. Exactly. That cheap, Charles. What's Charles say? Did I miss Charles? Yeah, Canada conversion would be a good thing. But they're sticking the bikes. And they're actually robbing the guys. They're following the guy and then robbing the guy and mugging the guy on the trikes, taking the money and running down the road. There's many other things going on right now. It's happening Davao here, all over. Duma. It's first started in Duma. So, Tom, you think how much money I could save with what I rent out? Oh, you bank up a lot of money. Can you imagine? Working at an RV site. Yeah, and you just, what are you going to do? Picking up trash, and the guy says, hey, my electric power's not working. I'll come help you. And if I don't know, you call an electrician. And it's about helping a guy backing in and taking a golf cart around. You guys know. And I'm all about doing that. And give me one of the big, no, I'm just making fun of myself. Give me one of the big straw hats. I'm teasing. I ain't going to get any of that stuff. And next year I'll be long filled how much money I can make. Everything you talk about happened in the Philippines is going on in the States, but I do agree what you have is opportunity to work in the States. Rick, yeah. It's just, you kind of know what I'm saying, Rick. Yeah, and I know it is. Listen, I wasn't born yesterday, and I'm a street person anyway. Being homeless taught me a lot in my life. Being homeless really wakes a man up. You guys ever tried being homeless, trying to find where your food's coming from? And you look at people and seeing them, and people look down on those poor people. Don't look down on a guy on the street because you don't know who he is. One of the guys I met there when I was in my dire straits, I had a van, and I told the guy, I said, you hungry? And he goes, yeah. I said, I am too. I said, I do have $5. What's something to eat? He said, you have a job? I said, yeah, I have a job, but this job's not so good. But anyway, I fed him. Guy was a doctor. Got sued. Why? But anyway, he's back up on his feet. He's doing 100% better. He's got his own practice back. He's 100%. Hosting an RV park is great. It's free rent. It is, and it works really good. And the thing of it is because they have events there, and they need somebody to, like, load up firewood and things like that. The guy said, you may be picking up firewood for the pits, the rings. I said, no, what do I care? I said, yeah, I could load up. I said, I can carry a cow down the road. I'm big, strong. I said, no worries about that. I said, I'm healthy. So I can help start a fire pit or whatever you need done. He goes, I know you can. We're thinking about renting their home and living in the RV. I tell you what, 31 foot. I knew you had a 31 footer, and not a bad idea. Just, I got to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this, Milo. I rented an RV. I made a deal with the park. I went into the park there in Port Orange, Florida, and I walked in and I said, listen, I want to make a deal with you. First lady I ever talked to. I said, I want to stay year round here. Can you give me a good deal? She goes, well, you're lucky because June and July is the best time to come in this park because there's nothing going on. And if you rent it now, your rate's going to be reduced considerably. I rented there, stayed there for $350 a month. Yeah, $350 a month. It did include free cable, free internet, free all the other stuff. I had to pay for my electricity, which is $75. I paid $425 a month to live there, and had all the activities in the world. Sometimes she would kind of say, you don't owe me that this month. Just pay me, just give me $280. She would do that because I'd do little stuff around there. Like something happened. Hey, can you go check this guy out? He's having a problem over there. Can you back his RV in for him? He doesn't know how to back it in. I said, sure. He said, and I'd be doing stuff like that. I said, sure, I'll go help because nobody was there, guy was off, whatever. I go do it. He says, hey, I have a problem with the shower in one of the bathrooms. Can you go take a look at it? Yeah. Come to find out the head was broke and I go put a new head on there. Yeah. I thought I got it fixed. Oh, you did? Wow, you're fast. And so she'd knock off $100 and stuff like that. So I lived there really cheap, and I couldn't beat it. It was like a good environment for me, and I loved it because I go swimming. I had two swimming pools, and there was a little mini golf there. They had. They'd always have bonfires. I don't have to tell you. 31 foot. What if Ruth got CDL and you drive with it? It'd be okay. I'd love it if she did. What are you talking about? I'm planning to live into my 100s. Me too. As far as I know, camping at state parks is about $15-20 a night in Wisconsin. Hey, that's okay too. I know that they got some BLM land you can stay for free, and even at $15 a night. Some of the parks in Florida are free. Depends on what state. Each state is different. You can actually stay. Don't get me wrong at this. There are city parks you can actually stay at for free. You can, like, for city of Ormond, for an example, in Ormond Beach, Florida, gives you an opportunity. You can actually stay in their city parks, and some have RV hookups. And you stay at their parks for free, but there's limit. Sometimes 7 days, sometimes 10 days, sometimes 2 weeks. But most communities throughout the United States, they do have city parks you can actually stay at. Now, if you're going to a national park or a forest park, something like Ocala National Forest, you could stay there for basically nothing. You just have to buy a permit, and the permit is $30, and you stay up to 2 weeks. They give you a sticker. So if the park ranger drives by and there's a sticker on there, it's still good. So you have that. And then a lot of it's locked, and they give you a key or a code. And so, you have that. You can stay out for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month at a time for free. For free. There's many places you can stay for free. The best places are from Texas all the way out to Arizona, into Nevada, even parts of Oklahoma, all the way across the bottom. North, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida. It's really sporadic, but over that way is, you could just, I have friends that never pay rent ever, and they've been in our RV for 15 years and love it, and I bet they got $500,000 in the bank. They just drive their RVs down the road. The problem happens, they go buy a new one. And I got guys with diesel pushers friends that driving $1 million diesel pusher down the road. They don't mind spending, $1,000 for gas. When they pull up at the gas pump at Love's, they don't mind spending because they have it. Because they sold their house and they bought an RV. And they sold their house for big bucks, especially up in Buffalo. My brother has opened up a 24-hour park 2 months ago, Tyler, and is ranking in 10,000. Whoa! Is he really? Good for him, man. I tell you what, it's a trend right now. 2 months ago, and Tyler is good for him. You can make good money doing it. Hey, all you gotta do is just put in your septic and power your set and meters. That's your major expense. But yeah, you'll rank it in. I tell you what, David, a new thing now is self-serve RV parks. Talk to your brother about self-serve. They got them there in Texas. You pull up, put it on the computer, turn in code. You're set in an RV, and you don't have to have anybody there.
I just set in the turkey, okay?
Okay, darling. She's gonna go visit her turkeys. Just tired of the Philippines. Is going on 10 years there. Yeah. Oh man. But I tell you what, I am kind of tired. It's just I'm stuck. I had a friend that had to live out on the streets, and he was young when I was 10 years old, and lived in. He looked 20 years older than I was. Yeah, it put ages on you. But something that I have learned, one thing that I have learned is don't take things so serious. If you're on the street and people looking down at you because you're on the street, don't take that serious. Because one day they may be on the street. Don't worry about anybody else. Only worry about yourself. And maintain yourself in good hygiene, good cleaning manner. Clean yourself, and present yourself well. Have a good attitude. Even when you're down, you'd be surprised how much that changes who you are. People did not know I lived in a van and I was homeless. People had no idea of that. And it was a situation where an ex burned me, and a situation where I had $300,000 in the bank to no money. And what do? But the vehicle I owned was new. It was paid for, brand new. It was paid for, my van. I even thought about selling it and taking it and doing it, but the value of it would not work out in the figures. But in that situation, and it was a Grand Caravan. It's nice. I mean, I paid cash for it. And my wife had the BMW and, all the stuff that was paid for with cash and mine. And she would not have anything if it wasn't for me. But it's okay. Because God works like this. She spiraled down about 3 years after that, I understand. Don't know anything about that other than that. But cheated with the doctor and all that stuff. But the good thing about it was I learned so much. So I was put in that position to learn. And I learned so much. And I don't take things for granted. I'm so pleased to have my wife. Every day I get up and I thank God every day for what I do have. I'm complaining about the food. I complain about things and I'm trapped. But that's my personality. I'm more of a, go get in the car and let's go down. I'm in Daytona. Let's go down to Miami, have dinner on the beach at South Beach today. That's the kind of guy I am. So that's the reason I'm kind of like this. You can't do that here. You can't do that. No way in the world you can do that here. There ain't no way. Let's go down to Duma today. Go down to Duma. You'd be lucky to make it by Friday. If the boats run. If the buses get there. And then hopefully none break down. We actually went on one the other day. It was questionable if it's going to make it back. I don't know what it is with these buses breaking down. Been on two broke down. I don't know what it is. And there were newer buses. Good morning, John Ferris. How you doing, John? Good to see you, man. I ran across a job. You make 20 a year just delivering medical supplies. I heard that. And you make do it true that is. You can do that. You can do it. My brother does it. That's what my brother does for a living. He's done it all his life. Delivering medical supplies. Oxygen tanks, masks, beds, all this stuff. And he sets it up. So they hire him. I said, okay, we got an outpatient coming. They're going home from the hospital to home. We need a bed there with this. They call him. He loads up. He takes it. And then when he's done, at the end of the week, he submits his invoice, and they write him a check. So, this is going to nursing home. You need to make sure that it's all set up. When it gets to the nursing home, and they bring the equipment in, because they have to have their own stuff. And so they do that. And that's what he does. And he makes good money doing that. He has a van, a big, nice cargo van. He just loads it up, and that's what he does. He's lifted so many hospital beds, he's a pro. Hello, sir. Hello, Mr. Somebody. How you doing? Good to see you. What is your main source of income in the Philippines? Are you Social Security or just YouTube income? Excuse me. YouTube income is good sometimes. It's not been good the last few months. You guys know the CEO resigned from YouTube, and YouTube's been declining in the last 4 to 6 months. YouTube's views are down considerably, down 1/4 what they were a year before. And so the guys, if you can notice, the big vloggers that have 90, 150, 200,000 subscribers are now getting 5,000 views, 10,000, 8,000 views on the average. And so things are just kind of going downhill. So money from YouTube is limited. I do have another income source I have coming in, and I have Social Security. And so I have 2 incomes coming in that maintain my life here, and savings. And that's the reason I kind of want to go to the States to replenish the well. The well is getting deeper. Getting emptier. Because you know what? There's only so much money that you can have in that kitty before it just dwindles down to nothing. You'd be surprised. 200 here, 100 here, 200 here, 200 here. I just paid 200 yesterday. Got to get another 100 out tomorrow. And Social Security only goes this far. I don't care if you're getting $2,000 a month. It only goes this far. Because do you spend what you get? Well, not really. It's not like I'm living this extravagant lifestyle. I'm not. And most you'll find that here in the Philippines, inflation's hit it hard here. 35, 40% inflation. It's really hit it hard. Maybe 50. I'm wondering if I talked to a friend of mine that lives 100 miles from me. I said, how much has inflation hit you? And with me, it's about 35% increase over it was 4 months ago. Increase. Those groceries I bought yesterday in that small box was $100 on that video I just did. That's $100 right there in that box. Actually, I'm so sorry. $110 I bought in a box yesterday. And it's this big, right? And the packs, this big, this is nothing. No produce. There was meat in there and there was some chicken. But no produce of any kind. No rice of any kind, things like that. I would not count on anything for free in the U.S. Yeah, nothing's for free. Nothing's for free, David. And the thing that I do know for what's free is BLM land. Still is to this day. You can go on the Bureau of Land Management, look on the maps, go park, have fun. My friends are doing it, been doing it for 40 years, been doing it, still doing it. My friend Robert Witham's been doing it for a long time. He says he just enjoys it. He's got an ambulance. He's fixed it up, and that's what he does. And that's the thing, you can go and park it and have a good time. It's about having a good time and living life. It's not about having all this junk. This house is junk. Having this, having that, having a garden out here, having all this. It's always something to do. But in an RV, you have what you have. If you want to park it, you want to have a garden out back, you can. You want to be a prepper, you can. You can have solar on it. See, that's my goal. 100% solar in the RV. I don't have to pay electricity bill ever again as long as I live. And water would be the only issue. And water may be a problem out west, but it's not always a problem. Because a lot of people are catching rainwater and living a life that way. My hubby cannot back up. Our driveway broke. Ladder twice already hit in the gutter house. Oh my, I know. The one guy had a diesel pusher. It was $1 million. He pulls in the RV park and she says, you got to help this guy. I said, I never have driven anything so huge in my life. And this thing is so huge. I'm afraid. She says, so I had the guy, the older guy. He was in his 80s. I said, how did you get this? He goes, it's called work, son. Work. I go, I was laughing. I said, okay. And so I said, all right, is it all right for me to back this? He said, son, you hit a tree, you break something. It's okay, I'll fix it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, is what he says. His wife's laughing. And I said, okay, tell me where you want this. He said, I want it to work. I can open that window. I want to see that tree. I said, okay, I can do that. So I backed it up, but it's fine. Everything was fine. So as I'm leaving, I leave. And the next morning, he said, which one's yours? I said, that one right over there. It's an 85. Look at it right there. See it? And he goes, yeah. He said, that's a nice one. He goes, I had me an 87 like that. So, and we're talking about that. That next morning, I woke up, went out to my car, and there was an envelope on my dash, and on my windshield wiper. I go, I was thinking junk mail or something, or a bill or something. You guys know, And so I go out there and open it up, and there's $200 in there. And I said, I wonder what this is from. And the guy was out cleaning his car, and his wife, he drives the bus and she drives the car. And so, and it's a bus, 40-footer. The thing's immaculate, it's beautiful. Anyway, he gave me, honk this horn, gave me $200. Parked at Home Depot, Cabela's for free, travel stops, welcome centers. Exactly. 80 Cracker Barrels free. I just pull in there. You pull in Home Depot, Lowe's, Targets, list goes on and on and on. Top supermarkets, Ralph's supermarkets sometimes if you get the agreement with the owner. A lot of Walmarts. Love's Truck Stops now has RV parking. You have to pay for it, but you can park at Love's now and pay for it, or you can park for free. Thank you, Illinois. Arillo, how you doing? Live stream. Thank you. God bless you too. Illinois. I hope I pronounced it right. Do you know Medicare? I was supposed to get a Medicare card or not? You should have got a Medicare card. Did you not get one? You know Medicare where I was supposed to get. Did you not get a card? We used to park at Walmart overnight in an RV, but I think they stopped that now in some places. Yeah, they did. In some places they do. Some places they allow it. Some Walmarts have their own setup with RV. They were looking at it one time because the parking lot's so big. They were looking at putting some type of RV setup in them, and I'm surprised they didn't because of all the opportunity there for them, and they didn't see it. Good morning, BT. Good BT. Back from my walk. Good for you, man. Hopefully you got them. The Ghost groceries would be cheaper in the USA. Yes, they will be. A lot cheaper than $100. I paid $100 for that small box yesterday. I was so upset. My friend wrote me last night. He says, I feel embarrassed for you. I feel ashamed. I feel pity. I said, why do you feel pity for me? I said, why are you pity? He said, why? He said, I feel ashamed and pity. Is that all the food you have? I said, what do you mean? Is that all food? I said, no, we buy more food than that. He said, that was $100. He said, and what he meant by it was, that was so little for what it is. He said, here in the States, for $100, I could have gotten a lot more than that. I looked at items that you bought, like that 3-pound bag of chicken, and he's going through the list, and he says, so he added it up. It ended up being about $55 from what he saw that I had in there. And of course, there's a lot of items he didn't see, and some they don't have in the States. But even comparably, he said I added up to $55. He went online and did shopping. He did that. I said, really? I said, don't feel pity. He goes, no, I feel pity for you. You can't get good food. And I said, well, I can get food. Mark King, if you really qualify for Medicare A and B, you will get a Medicare card. Yes. I have to admit something, and I really am ashamed to admit it, but I'm going to anyway because I'm in a group of friends. I did not sign up for Medicare because I'm here, and could not see me paying payments. So I know that I have to sign up for Medicare, probably Part B. I'm not sure. I have to find out about it, and there's going to be a penalty when I do get there, and I have to find insurance for my babies. I did find some good coverage through Florida Hospital. And I think I'm going to try to get that for them, and it's reasonably priced as long as you go to a Florida hospital, which there's plenty in Florida. And so I'm looking at that for my babies, my wife and my daughter, and so it's really not that expensive, like $200 a month. So I will look at getting that. It is health insurance they offer to people, and if you have a family member, which I don't, that goes to the hospital, it's cheaper than that. Tom, news about the other day talked about Lake Mead is almost full, and what it was for last weekend when we got even more rain. Did you know that I was worried about Lake Mead? That I was worried that it dried up to nothing. So I'm so happy it filled itself back up. I'm so happy. I did not know that. I'm so happy it filled itself back up. I was concerned about Lake Mead. Lake Powell. One of the lakes there. How about Lake Havasu? You know anything about Lake Havasu? Lake Havasu, not yet, so I need to call Medicare then. You don't have, yeah, call Medicare. Might try, yeah, call Medicare. Jim is saying, do you realize you have to apply for Medicare? It does not show up automatically. Yes, Jim. Jim, I don't know. Do you know anything about that? Do you know what I need to do? Is it something? I don't know what to do. I don't know anything about that. Do I, Mark? You guys know? I mean, I'm here, and I didn't sign up for it because I could not see paying $100 a month or whatever it is for it, or whatever, whatever. And so that's something I need some guidance on. It's free. Part B you have to pay, yeah, and I think it's about $100 and change a month. You have to sign up for Part B soon as you qualify. Otherwise, a penalty you pay late. I think I lost that, but I will try that. Used to work Part B Medicare before. Used to work. Okay, A and B. Okay, I tell you what, I'm gonna check on that today. I may try to reach out to Social Security and ask them. I never signed for Medicare, and they sent me the book for it. Started to take money payments out of Social Security back that's it already. Yeah, they didn't. I'm 67, so when all that came about, I didn't do anything. I declined it because I'm here. I talked to the lady. She says, "Well, it's best that you pay it." But then they said, "Well, if you're not planning on coming back to the country," and I said, "Well, I'm planning, but how long is it going to be? 2, 3 years?" She said, "Well, you're going to have to pay a penalty." And I said, "Well, I'll have to pay a penalty then," because I couldn't see it. Now, whether it was the smartest decision I ever did, I'm not really quite sure. I'm not quite sure about that. As soon as you qualify, get to Part B right away. Yeah. My nephew sells Part B for Medicare. All I do is call him. You also realize Part B is not the same price all over USA. Yes, I do know that. So, your nephew sells Part B, so I need to, okay. Okay. All I do is call him. You don't also realize Part B is not. Okay. Thanks, Jim. I appreciate that info. Yeah, because you guys know more about it than I do about that. I'm not really quite sure about that. There you go, Jim. So I tell you what, I'll find out about that. I do know a lady that does insurance or did insurance. She's retired now, and I've been meaning to reach out. I got to tell you, out of sight, out of mind. You guys understand that, right? It's like you think about it and then you just forget about it. It's one of those things I'm not really sure about. I meant to say for Part B, you need to sign up for. Yeah, I know that common sense tells me. For me, I got to have Medicare. And I know that that's a situation I got to have. I know I have to have insurance for my babies. So I need to make sure that my wife and my daughter's taken care of. My goal in life is every day of my life is to make sure they're okay and they're set. Just like it has been my whole life with everybody I'm associated with. And the problem is that a lot of the ladies, and I think Milo would understand this, a lot of ladies, Western ladies, get in their mind that, well, I don't like this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. It's not about that. It's about responsibility as a man to help take care of your wife and daughter. If a Western lady wants to go whatever, they go do whatever. Problem is, they always want to be so bossy and boss you around, and no, you go do this, go mow the yard now, like that. And that's what I could not deal with. The same as you automatically sign up for, okay. So, I see. I can find out his number if you like. Yes, if you don't mind. Yes, Jim. And I won't call him today or tomorrow, but I will call him for sure. I promise, Jim. And I probably should call him. Hey, Jim, number or email, either one. Because numbers, I don't want to call him late at night, but probably maybe email if you can, if you don't mind. And Mark King, yeah, I have automatic sign up for. I see. Part A is for hospitalization for free. Part B is outpatient services. Is that what it's for? Milo, thank you. I didn't know what. Milo, I know nothing about it. Part A is hospitalization for free. Part B is outpatient services. Okay. And you know something, Milo? It's like you don't realize until you need it, right? And so you need it. It's like you and your hubby and all that. And you understand exactly why you want to be there with your hubby, because he's always been there for you and he took care of you, take care of him. As a good relationship. Because I remember the first time I met you, and I remember the very first time we talked. And I remember I'm talking orchid. I'm going back into orchid days. And one of my pleasant experiences was I told Ruth, you've got to go on this lady's channel. And so she went on your channel and she goes, I love orchids. I said, this lady is the queen of orchids. You need to talk to her. And if and when, see, we started in 2017, we started the paperwork for the USCIS. We didn't file it, and in 2018, I paid $1,500 to Rapid Visa for my processing of my visa to turn it in. I went online and filled it out in 2018. All right, and it filtered into 2019 because we needed some papers, this, that, and other. Got it all done early January, February of 2019. Talked to Rapid. They said, okay, you need to pay additional $1,000 for this. I said, okay, so we paid the additional $1,000. So I paid them $2,500 because it included all the fees, everything, right? So basically almost done with them. Then we went to submit the payment to USCIS for the pay for RR, and it paused it in March because of the COVID in December and January started it. So we stopped the USCIS visa in 2018. In 2022, when things opened up, I filed the paperwork and turned it in 2022, early 2022, because of the COVID. But everything's been paid. And I wished I turned it in and kept proceeding and processing, but they were having problems with the lockbox. It was locked up for 3 months. There was a problem with this, everything. COVID and everything had it all messed up. Lockboxes were, you send it to Rapid, and Rapid sends it to the lockbox for them to assign your case, right? To give you the number so they get the processing on the paper. Well, the lockbox is the center where it all goes and then distributed out to whatever processing center in New York or Texas or California, wherever it is. So that was a mess. I will send you an email. Okay. Thank you, Jim. All U.S. citizens get emergency treatment at Guam, or do you need to pay first? As far as I understand, all American citizens get emergency services at Guam. But as far as the other, that's Medicare. I don't know about anything else. But a lot of guys are going to Guam that never signed up for Medicare, and they're taken care of there. They help them. In other words, U.S. will help U.S. Whether they want to or not, or whether people say they're bad and they're horrible, they will help a U.S. citizen. So they do. And the guys are back here and re-looking at their life and the situation they're in because of the health care in the Philippines. It's like going to a hospital, and here's an example. I was going to go to the hospital for my rash, but when you get to the hospital, they have no equipment. This is a building that is huge. I bet it's an acre under one roof. It's huge. And I said, well, we're thinking you need to go down. I said, can you not take blood here to do a test? No, we don't have that here now. Well, where's it at? Well, you got it. I said, forget it. Forget it. Why don't you have the way you used to test you did test my blood before here? Yeah, I know, but we don't have that now. I said, what good are you? What if somebody comes in and they're in an accident in their emergency room? It's a big, beautiful place and you don't have it. So that is the problem with the healthcare. So you can kind of see my frustration and anxiety and wondering like, oh my goodness, no wonder I'm stressed out. It's probably caused by stress. But I said, okay. She said, well, you need to go to the children's hospital with the children. Not Esther, but another one. I said, what about Esther? You can go to Esther, but that's in Valencia, and it's a nightmare getting to it. So I said, okay, I'll go to the children. So we went to Children's Hospital, and they were literally, I don't know, I was thinking this room, probably 60 people there. I was number 61. It was horrible. I said, I'll never get seen here today. I'll just go back home. So we came back home. We went to the pharmacy to see if they had cream. They didn't have anything. They don't even have lotion. Can I buy like lotion? So I went to Mercury Drug to buy lotion, just lotion I could put on my body because dry skin, which I never done before in my life. I'm not one of those guys. So I said, "Would you have like ponds or something?" And they laughed. They didn't know. Thought I was talking about a fishing pond. And no. I said, I need like Jergens lotion, something I put on my skin. Oh, we don't have that here, sir. I said, you're a pharmacy. How come you don't have lotion? Sir, we don't sell lotions. We're pharmacists. I said, okay, so where can I get skin lotion for my arms? I'm like this. And Ruth is, and I said, where can we go? Well, let's go to Avon. I said, let's go. Went to Avon, found some lotion, $22 a bottle. I said, why is it 20? What happened to $5 or $2? 20. I said, hand me that. So I grabbed it. I said, honey, you need anything else? You need anything here? Would you like to get some colognes or anything? No, I'm good. And she said, I want to look at that. I said, go look. I said, I'll sit here. So I'm sitting in the thing, putting lotion on my arms. And it calmed down the rash. It did calm down the rash. But long story, I was like, well, finding lotion, like skin lotion for like your legs and stuff. I'll see if I can find my nephew's email. Yeah, co-workers are not friends. I did read that, and I did watch that. Co-workers, you're right. Co-workers are not your friends. And you know what? What is a true friend anyway? A true friend is someone who's there when you need them, be there, right? When things are looking bad and people look at you bad, that's a true friend that's going to be there for you. And that true friend will be there no matter what. They will not judge you and judge you who you are. They'll just be there. That's a true friend. I would like to call Jim's brother too. I'm paying for Part B, but I don't plan on going back. Maybe I can save some change there. There you go, Sperlin. Good for you. Hey, Sperlin, how old are you? And do you have backup for in case you get sick and put in the hospital? If you don't mind me asking. Good point. Co-workers aren't friends. Gary T, my good friend Gary T, God bless you. Thank you so much for coming on. Yeah, most people don't think of that all even when I said to friends, you fired them, your job flies over your heads. Yeah, exactly. Hello, Hillbilly, my good friend. How you doing? Good to see you. Nice to see you, Mark. I'm going to Guam closer than nice going to Guam. Yes, it is. Does not mean you cannot be friendly with your coworkers. Being friendly with coworkers is not the same. Yes. 259. Is there really? 259 bucks, Guam. We should go there. No, I can't. I can't take Ruth there. She can't get in. Most people don't think being friendly and friends is the same thing as what they understand. So I did find the email and my telephone number from my nephew. I will send an email next 15 minutes. Jim, thank you very much. I really, really, really appreciate it. Guam is almost like the 51st state. Guam bills whatever health insurance we have. Unlike Philippines, is not upfront before treatment. Yes, Milo, that's exactly right. And that's what I was saying to the guy, Milo, at Cigna. I asked him, I said, so if I come and I have a hospital visit, and the hospital visit is, I pay the bill, say it's $1,000, and I walk out and I send you the bill. How much of that bill are you going to pay? Are you going to pay me back the $1,000? No, sir. We look at what it is and make sure you're not overcharged, and we send you the money. And so he said that, I said, what about pre-existing conditions? How do you know about that? And I said, well, I have a friend that has Pacific Cross, and he said that his was declined because of pre-existing conditions. But yet he's never been sick. He's never taken any kind of medication. But the insurance company is saying because of pre-existing conditions. Is that a new trend or what? He says, well, we have that too. I said, the question is do you pay 100% of that? He says, sir, no, we do not. So more likely, if you send a bill in for $1,000, we will not send you $1,000 back. We will send you what we think is back. If it's a pre-existing condition, I said, pre-existing condition is something that has happened before and it's noted before in the paperwork that this person has high blood pressure. And then they go to the hospital and it shows that they have high blood pressure, but it's been noted before by other doctors. But if you have no notes, it's no pre-existing condition. He said not as Philippines is concerned. So they're using that clause to get out of paying you the full amount of money. So buyer beware. Sperlin, be careful and don't get sick. Buyer beware. Guam has a VA hospital. Yeah, base hospital. Yes. Great No Hillbilly. I know the very first thing to tell you, it goes to secure near where you live. Sign up as soon as you can for the change of address. Okay. Well, it'd be kind of hard for me to go because it's in Manila. I could, but I think the best thing that I could do is probably email them or call them. And I think that's what I would do, is call them, kind of get an idea, you know. But I know that Guam, well, I wonder, well, no. Social Security is in Manila. It's almost impossible to reach those guys. Impossible. Sounds great for a visa run. It could be. A lot of guys did that. You remember Mike Serliner? That's what he does. He goes to Guam for a visa run all the time. That's what his place was. He goes to Guam and then back in and uses his tourist visa. Yep. So in other words, it's not worth buying health care in the Philippines then. Mark King, from what I can tell, from what I know, don't quote me wrong. Take a look at it. Buy it. You want to spend the money, go ahead. It's up to you. But just be buyers beware. Naval Hospital, Guam is a comprised main hospital. And they, you know what, Hillbilly, too, Guam does offer some good care. I do know some people did go to Guam. And I told that to some friends. Why didn't you just fly to Guam? You don't want to go back to the States. Just go to Guam. But they said that they want to take his wife and this, that, and other, you know. Oh, it's Wednesday. You got to do her clothes. Yeah. And so, Agana Heights. I tell you what, also too, you don't realize how important that is. I guess, like for me, I harp on stuff like that only because I worry about it, and cause a lot of people go online and they don't realize how important that is. But I do now because I'm getting older. You know, I think I'll call the stream now. It's been 2 hours. But I'll tell you what, on Friday morning at 8 o'clock, we're going to start another stream. Ruth said for me to do it. So I think what I'll do is on Friday morning at 8 o'clock here in the Philippines, whatever it be, Thursday night where you're at in the States, we'll do another one. TRICARE, yes, TRICARE, yes. Now TRICARE, you can use it here, but you got to pay for it up front. Same situation. They'll pay the bill, but they may question the bill itself. But if you go to Guam, they'll pay 100%. I had to deal with that with Alton. When they sent his check back, they only paid him part of it. I said, why? He said they always paid 100% before. It's because of Philippine stuff where they, whatever. So TRICARE covered him because he's military. So he said, okay. So I said, best thing is you fly back out. But anyway, he says, I just figured just paid the money and went on. So, and whatever money I get back, I'm okay. But he knew that he was really sick. Remember, he was 80 something years old, 87, no, 88, I'm sorry, 88, 89. So I think I'll call the stream, guys. And I want to thank everybody spending their valuable time today. This is an impromptu stream. I just decided to come on, and we'll do another one Friday morning if you don't mind, and kind of touch base with everybody. I'll try to figure out how to set it up on the computer. I have not quite figured that out yet, and how to do a stream and to get that doing. Maybe Milo could help me do it. I don't know. Later, David. Hey, David. Tell your brother congratulations on his RV park. And do you have my email? Let me know the name of his park. I may end up staying there. 36 Medical Group, Anderson Air Force Base. Thanks, Mark. I want to thank everybody for coming on today. Hillbilly, David, coming on today. Mark King, Milo, thank you so much. Hong, Jim Allner. Thank you, Jim. And thank you, Jim, for helping me with that. Milo, thank you. Really great stream today. Gary T, my good friend. Sperlin, thank you so much. Sperlin, for coming on today. Let's see. And Sperlin, if you want, I'll ask Jim. Jim, if is it all right that I get Sperlin in contact with him, or would you rather how you want to do that? You just let me know. Because I don't want to give out anything without your approval. Mark King, Sperlin's a good guy. BT, thanks for coming on today. David Bryant, Mr. Somebody, thank you. John Ferris, thanks for coming on. Hong, thank you. Charles Huckstadt, thank you guys. Thank you coming on. Michael and Heidi, thanks for coming on. Charles, thank you for coming on. Thank you. So many guys. If I missed you, Hong, thanks for coming on today. If I missed you, I'm sorry.
You're off now.
Yeah, I'm off now in about 2 seconds. Bruce, how you doing, man? I'm sorry I missed you. We're going to come back on Friday morning at 8. We're going to start my live streams back again. Matthew, I had a lot of guys ask me questions, and this helps a lot of people. It helps me too. God bless everybody. I want to thank everybody for always spending their valuable time with us today. And I'll see you guys. Just got home from work. Bruce, stop working. You're supposed to be on vacation. See ya. Danny, how you doing? You asked a couple questions that I had about healthcare in Guam. I will try and get you on Friday. Hey, Danny, good, yeah. That's what stream's about, to help people all around. You know, that's what we do. We don't just chit chat. We're not just talking heads. We're here to help people. Right, Mr. Bruce? Another great channel. You guys check out Mr. Bruce. Great guy. God bless everybody. And nice to see BT, Bruce, everybody. Danny. Danny, thank you for your reply there. Mark King, and I'll see you guys next time on Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures, Friday morning, 8 a.m. And I'll figure out how to do that computer thing. I will work through this year, and then I'll call it quits. Are you going to come visit me? In fact, Bruce, I may visit you first, probably. Hopefully, I'll be there to see you. If I'm down in your neck of the woods there in Mississippi, I'm going to come see you. Maybe, and I want you to make me a good old, no, I actually tell you what, we'll just have the mater sandwich. My mater sandwich, my mama. Oh boy. Yeah. No, I come visit, not to stay, because some come say hi. We'll travel around. I'll get me and mama, travel around a little bit. Have a great day, Milo. Thank you so much. Hillbilly, meet you soon too. God bless you, man. Sounds good, Mark. See you later. God bless everybody. Mother.